Hello, hello, hello. It is time for some more Arknights. Very excited. Very excited. Very excited. Have I said I'm excited enough? Because I'm excited. I'm very excited. In fact, very excited. This event has been hyped up incredibly. And I'm not just saying that like, oh, everyone's been hyping it up. No, I've been hyping it up as well. I've been super duper hyped about this, and it's finally here. Alongside IS3, I played the first little bit of IS3. It's kicking my butt with all the different mechanics and stuff like that, but it's super cool, and I love it. And I can't wait to play it on stream after we go and do what we're doing on stream today, which is Siracusa. I'm going to horribly mispronounce 99% of the Italian language, and I apologize in advance. This event is about Texas and Lappland and the Siracusa Mafia, and it's going to be sick. It's going to be great. I currently have, I don't know how many polls. I have a lot of polls saved up, and that's what we're going to do first, because if I can, I'm going to go and use that operators in the event. I haven't checked out the new guys. I haven't purchased any of the new guys in the certificate shop, so I'll just kind of stay away from that. But yeah, I think that's about it. I'm just gonna go ahead and hop on over now, and we'll get started with our polls. Here we go. We got the free poll. I gotta do the ceremonial free poll. That's what this is. Alright, only a 4-star. Alright. And then we got how many of these do I have? One. Okay, we'll do the one with the one singular poll. We'll do one singular poll. Just okay, just a 3-star. We're getting the really bad polls out of the way. I saw someone online think that people were hating on Catapult simply because they thought that she was a bad character. I don't think people are thinking she's a bad character. They just hate the fact that her friggin' recruitment stuff is so long and you get nothing for it. No good yellow certificates or stuff like that that you get pre-first stream. Someone who has the exact same sort of problem, but at least you're rewarded for it with a yellow certificate. I've been doing pretty darn good. How are you doing? We're about to go and do our polls. And, oh boy. Let's see what we get. Cross my fingers, crossing my toes, crossing my arms, crossing my legs, cross my eyes. Let's do it. Let's see what we get. Oh, not even a rainbow, it's only a 5-star? Okay. I know the stream is wrong? It is? Wait, what? Wait, what should it be? Wait, what should it be? Is there a typo or something? Did I misspell something?
I am Ansel, a medical intern. I'll be assisting with surgery and internal medicine.
Wait, I'm like genuinely worried that it could something up. What happened?
You must be the doctor. Call me Myrtle. Myrtle of Durin. Durin said I could get a job here, so what have you got? This is Intern Hibiscus.
Still I'm buying lobotomy corp.
I'll be in charge of managing yours and every operation
On my side, it says I'm playing Arknights. That's odd. That's actually really odd. Wait, hold on. Let me go and pull up my own stream. What is it? It fix itself? Okay. That's weird, because I feel like something happened like that before, and the last time when I pulled up my own stream, it fixed itself. That's weird. I wonder if it just causes something to refresh or whatever if I pull it up myself.
The name's Ro. Nice to meet you. Oh, here's your ID card. Don't.
Alright, this should be the 5-star.
Defender Liskarm awaiting orders.
You
I've been involved in multiple
You
special
aren't even new.
operations like
Get out of here. No. Again. I knew it. Show me what we got. Just more 5-stars? Come on. I don't recognize you. Because you're new. That would be why. Okay, I guess we'll check out your abilities in a minute. I am going to burn through just about everything I have, so please excuse me while I attempt to go and get these limited operators. I'd like a 6-star, please. A humble request, a 6-star. Definitely not you. A mere humble request for a 6-star, please. That is... 3 5-stars in a single 10 pull, but no 6-star. Are you kidding me? Well, I finally got Reed. Or did I have Reed before? I don't know. I can't remember if I had Reed before or not. Either way, one new operator, one I don't know if... okay, apparently I had it before. Okay. And then that's all that I have for that. I think I may have a bit more, though. Because of that. Gimme. Oh, thank you. It's 120. Okay. How many do we get from this? We get about 20. That works for me. Okay, so... Okay, I'm not gonna lie. You seem interesting. Wrong button. Please go back. Thank you. Not that. You do not. Your quartz is a bit underwhelming, in my opinion. I'm sorry. Alright, so who can we buy? We can buy Texas Altar, Penance, Luna Cub, that's your name, NTR, Scotty, Altar, Rosmontis, and W. Okay, makes sense. We've done 42 pulls. About to go and make that 52. Come on, buddy. Can't give me 3 5-stars and not give me a 6-star, okay? Like, please. One of the banners. I hate it here. Why do I even bother? Oh, come on, man. Come on. I just want to get Texas Altar and Penance. We're really close. Give me another 10 pull. Let's see, how much? So, okay, hold on. I don't remember how much is actually required for, so let's see, if it's 30, it's 540, that's 160 per? Right? No. Wait, no, wait, yes? No? Hold on. No, not 160. My math is not right. 180. That's what it is. 180. 180 per. Try to do very quick math, then it failed. Had to go. Okay, if that's that, then yeah. Okay, so if we get 180 per, if we want to get 600, we're going to need. Let's see. Gonna need 4 of them, so we'll complete 4 levels and come back for a 10 pull. That sound good? Because that sounds good to me. We'll go and apply all the potential ups and stuff like that. I've apparently pulled multiple of you before, and I just do not recall. Alright, and then we need a... Ooh, you're a Deadeye. Ooh, okay, okay. Attack plus 30%. And let's see what this would do. Means camouflage while unit skill is not active. Okay. Gains attack speed plus 70 and camouflage for 3 seconds. Defeating an enemy during the skill's duration grants camouflage for 6 seconds. So you can just have infinite camouflage. Great. And attack speed plus 70 is a pretty nice buff for a rank 1 skill. That's pretty good. That's pretty darn good. I'll keep an eye on you. Just, I viewed you. I don't know why it says newly hired operator anymore. Okay. Now then. Shall we hop into it? Hopefully this isn't copyrighted. Got space on my friends list? I'm sure I can make room. I'm sure there's probably 3 or 4 people who haven't been active in quite a long time, and I'll just delete them. It's so good. I apologize for the stuttering. I know the full thing's on YouTube, so the lag do be real. It's so good though. Most of the other ones, they also still have the full, like, horizontal video, but this one's just square aspect ratio. Until this scene, where it opens up. Oh, get rid of that, huh? Oh gosh, you were not able to see anything, huh? It's so cool though. Such a shame. Oh, go watch the... Go see pictures. Yeah, me too. That's all that shows up on my side as well. The whole thing is up on YouTube. Go watch it. It's cool. It's such a sick video. Insert I am the storm that is approaching meme here. So good. So hyped. Okay, hold on. So you said you want from the brand list. I think that's what we need. Okay, well, I don't think that showed my ID or whatever. Let's see. Come on, there's got to be someone who hasn't logged in a long time. 429. Okay, got in mind. Some of these people I know in real life, so I can get rid of this stuff. Okay, 429. I apologize, but you have not logged in. All right. Okay, well, it's fine. I have 2 slots open. Is that? Oh, is that it? Okay, perfect. That was like, oh, okay. That's you, right? Just making sure. Yep, perfect. Okay. Back out. And then hop back in. Alrighty then. I have no idea what this is. Why does it have a thing? Oh gosh. What is this? Oh my gosh. Got a funny silver ash if you borrow him. Don't expect S3. I'm expecting S2. If you call it a funny silver ash, I'm expecting S2. I'm so confused. Oh my gosh. Do I need to read all of this to understand what's going on, or is this something... Immortal Ash, that's why he's a pirate. There's reviews for the play. Would you like him to get an item for the character's side quests? Ah, I see. Sure, we can like things. Sora. Okay, so I guess we get new ones every few hours. I guess we'll just like them all. Texas, hello. Okay. Oh no, it's just they have time until... Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna go in and then we'll figure stuff out. What? What am I supposed to do with this? Currently no... Okay, so it's like... one shot for an Arknights. Some Aviosa for real. Okay, dang. Okay, so this is like, well, the Vera Navis, I'm guessing, where you gotta explore and then it will bring stuff in. So the pizzeria? Okay. Oh, it even says... Oh, it doesn't say anything for those. Okay, sure. Oh gosh, I really hope they don't throw a bunch of Italian at me, because I don't speak Italian. The streets of Columbia, as a whole, are generally more spacious and vibrant than those of Siracusa. But when walking through these streets, one sometimes feels a sense of emptiness, as if one does not belong. Hey you, car wash guy. It's from Siracusa, so I got a question for you. Does something seem off about this guy? Or am I just crazy? I may just be crazy. I'm here to watch cars, not answer questions. Don't be like that, pal. Relax, we're not here to cause trouble for broke-ass bumpkins like you. Better group of your countrymen came into town today. We just want to know where they are. What business do you have with them? Business? Catching up on old times? Can't put my finger on it. Curious to find out there's a lot of lines. Yeah, I'm prepared for... Yeah, I'm prepared. Don't worry. Just can't put my finger on what exactly makes this... Like, something about this character's sprite just seems off to me, and I'm trying to figure out what exactly it is. I can't put my finger on it, but oh well. I'll stop paying attention to it. It's fine. Old times, huh? Hey, my nonna always used to tell me, never forget that you're Siracusan. You don't look Siracusan to me. Me? Siracusan? Ha! Columbia is the future, pal. That's where the gold certificates are. The young associates of the Colombian families always heard from their forefathers that they came from Siracusa. But they've never taken it seriously. Your roots will always be in Siracusa. It's a crusty old fossils to say stuff like that. Columbia is a land of pioneers. Roots? We don't need roots. That's right, Hick. You better tell us where you're... Oh, boy, we're already going into the foreign languages here. Okay, Joe, okay. Better tell us where your Pisani are if you don't want any accidents happening to your little shop here. Oh, that bar across the street. Get a good head on your shoulders, pal. See a whole lot of wolf pups out there as bright as you. To be a pioneer is to invite chaos, and the Colombian families gradually lost the order they should have amidst this chaos. But for Siracusa, order stands taller than the law itself. Car wash workers zones out their noise and commotion, turning and slowly opening a cabinet to produce a tool that he is all too familiar with. It is heavy and sharp, having been meticulously polished by the car wash worker. The glint reflecting off its blade reminds one of the moonlight in Siracusa. Then he slowly walks toward the complacent idiots who have their backs turned to him. Like a car wash worker who only wants to scrub the floors before opening up shop. Like a Siracusan. I just did 50 polls and got not a single 6-star, but I did poll 3 5-stars in a single 10 poll. And I hate everything. I only need... Use singles to 60? I only need 4 more... I won't be able to get to 60. I only need 4 more OP. And then... I'll be able to do a full 10 pull to get up to there. But yeah, I should be sparking soon, please. For the love of my... for the love of my RNG, please. That 6-star can be 51. I mean, that would be nice. I mean, it would also be kind of mean, but it also, like, that would be nice. I just... RNG back in Ruin of Doom mods should be released. Yeah. Yeah. We saw my RNG back then. We don't need to talk about it. Texas's eyes snap wide open. As her vision comes into focus in the darkness, she sees a poster Exusier put up against her will. Her hands transmit to her the sensation of the down quilt that Croissant sold to her at a special price when the season changed. Sora's sleep assisting CD is still playing. All this lets her breathe a sigh of relief. She understands full well that the dream had never really happened, but the Colombian family never had a chance to pester the Siracusan guests. As for the car wash worker, she has only met him once. A dream that has no meaning except a reminder of her Siracusan roots. Since coming to Lungman, she hasn't had this dream in a long while. So why have it now? She unconsciously wants to see the night outside her window. You need to get up to see the night outside your window? Your entire room is a window. What a view that would be. The moonlight still shines bright and clean. Myriad colors still dot Lungman's nightscape. The correct use of myriad. Very nice. But within it all is an existence utterly incompatible with everything around it. Outside her window, on a rooftop beneath the moon, a wolf is staring directly at her. If everything surrounding it can be called the creations of civilization, then this wolf is undoubtedly a symbol of the wild wastes. It's cool in the shadow. Turns into a wolf. He does not belong here, and never should have appeared here. But he still appeared in all his majesty, his figure seeming to tower above everything else around him. Come. It is time for you to fulfill your end of the deal. In an instant, Texas understands why she had the dream. Dreams are not necessarily connected to reality, but dreams often are omens. And without a doubt, the dream she had tonight portends that her past has come knocking on her door. Noisy, excessive, corrupt. How far you've fallen to become indolent in a place like this. But at least you thought of killing me the moment you saw me. That means my trip was still worthwhile. I can give it a serious try, Zero. It won't make a difference in the end. Same as 7 years ago. You should feel grateful, last wolf of Familia, Texas. Our deal still stands, which means you still have a chance to pay off your debt. The Wastelands have always played fair. Stop calling yourself the Wastelands. I just never cut deals with anyone, Signor Delupi. Maybe you've just never gotten close enough. Stop talking in circles. What do you want me to do? Follow me back to Siracusa. You are to assist my Fang. Fang. Fulfill his request.
and consider your debts paid in full. At that time, whether you choose to return here or remain there is no longer any of my concern.
Fine. If it ain't so, Lord of the Wolves. Think you can just show up in my city, take my people, leave like it ain't no thing? Your brain overgrown with weeds now, too? The voice mentioned Zara's voice by pulling back my lips. it's the penguin. Yep. Good old immortal penguin. Your brain overgrown with weeds now, too? Ah, my bad, forgot. You ain't even got a brain.
Emperor, my wretched kin. How long has it been since we last met? 200 years? 3?
The immortal toucan with Eunectes is also saying, yeah, that's fair.
What is that revolting outfit of yours? What are you dressing up as? What happened to your sheet music? Or your conductor's baton? Have you finally tired of pretentiously tickling the ivories atop the lofty spires of Lithuania?
Oh, that's a little bit of a lore drop there. Mind your business, Zero. This time I remember the last time when we met was. Wish there wasn't last time. Hope there won't be a next time, and I forgot about this time. Conductor Emperor seems legit. I mean, he does like music. That part is fair enough.
I don't understand. You can choose to step aside and then forget all about it.
Did I stutter? Get your sorry ass back to Siracusa and leave my people out of your shit. I don't even get how your brothers and sisters still let you and your pups play your little mob game in Siracusa.
There are many paths to victory. This was my decision, and it has nothing to do with you.
You had some kind of insane deal there, right? Think I'll give you your own turf, keep out of human business.
Take a good look at yourself. You hardly look any different from the humans, and you're telling me to stay out of human affairs. What are these toys of yours, the glaciers that have not melted for tens of thousands of years? What are these ridiculous black glasses of yours compared to the lasting darkness of the polar nights? And then there's your so-called music. What need is there for music when you have already the coldest wind?
Throw all of this away, Emperor. I'm playing Dark Souls while Emperor's playing GTA.
You are forgetting what you truly are. What we truly are.
You made up those rules. They ain't for me. I'll invade your business, Wolfie. I came up with something new. I decided I liked it, and I made it mine. Simple as that.
We've always belonged to the wasteland.
You showed your ass calling this land the waste. Ain't nothing here wasted to me. Picture of her with the Jamaican accent. Is that what I'm giving him? I'm horrible at accents. I don't know. I don't know what kind of accent I'm giving him. I don't know. Think you're any different from the humans? Rolling around the forest of Siracusa didn't get you all hungry for power. You ever thought about where all that ambition came from? Zara, you ain't made no progress in millennia. On top of that, you also picked up the dumbest shit humanity's got on offer. Stow your fangs, kid. That's rude. Okay.
There's no point in fighting amongst ourselves. Nothing good will come of it. I'm just a messenger, here to claim what's rightfully mine. She isn't even qualified to be my pawn yet.
I'd be more than qualified to do anything, including gutting you.
Your people. She doesn't belong to you, Ember. So you can ask her opinion. 7 years ago, when I wanted out of Columbia, Sarah struck a deal with me. I'd be allowed to go free, and in return I would do him one favor in the future. Without this promise, I wouldn't have made it out of Columbia alive.
Ugh, I know all that. What, is you gonna leave with him?
Sorry, boss. I have to honor our word.
I don't give no shit about deals and words, Zaro. She's my employee. Texas, I could, magnanimous man that I am. Give me some vacation time and let you sort through all your business. Got nothing to do with me. I mean, Penguin Logistics employees are free, even if they're in Siracusa. And you, Zaro, you dare get up in her business, I'll show up at your stinking lair and rip the tail hairs out of you and every one of your siblings. Make myself a nice broom.
Ah. Child of Texas, you may make preparations as you see fit, or say your goodbyes.
No need.
Sorry, boss, but I need a favor. Tell the girls I'm going to be gone for a while, but I'll be back soon.
I'll just tell them you were crying about wanting to head back to Siracusa and you took a long vacation. I tried to stop you, but you wouldn't take no for an answer.
Then I'll have to buy them some extra souvenirs and apologize to them when I get back.
Dip out here, have a good one? Yeah, you too. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it.
If you have nothing to say, then let's be off.
Fine. Yeah, thank you for coming out. I really appreciate it.
And so a woman and a wolf walk westward, soon disappearing into the night.
The streetlights flicker on and off. That's a word. I'm going to assume that's pronounced Volsini. It's probably not. But I'm going to call it Volsini. Because I don't know how it's pronounced.
Volsini alleyway. Did I make it? Heh, good question.
What did you...
You're pretty lucky.
If I would take the shot, you bent over to pick up the keys, I'd fallen in the seat. Who are you people? What did I ever do to you?
Did I make it?
Did I make it? You didn't make it away from air and water? Can a Siracusa never get away from the rainy season?
Who can ever get away from them?
Oh, well.
Us. What family do you belong to? I've done everything right. No gambling, no debt. Just an ordinary clerk at Il Mismo de Lavoro Publici.
I probably horribly mispronounced that, and I apologize.
Oh, Ministero de Lavori Publici. A topical at Volsini these days.
I know the son of Debalone.
That's enough talking.
It's my chance.
Ugh, what a pain in the ass. A little trick won't save you.
The rain's not letting up, huh? I was gonna say, did Exu just follow them?
What am I? After all, this is Siracusa, the land of pizza.
Alright then, fair enough.
I've ordered all the flavors and the gourmet guides that were worth ordering. At least one of us is in a good mood. You didn't forget why we came here, did you? Not like worrying about it's gonna do any good. You've been asking around. These guys in the black suits don't ever say anything. Probably said some family by the name of Balone recently welcomed a guest. I'm gonna head over and take a look around their place. That scene, though. The Balbies are probably going to take a detour once they pass by. Is that all the more reason to worry? Let me tell you, our girl's from here. With her skills, she won't get into any big trouble. Plus, we came here with the expectation that we might not see her face to face at all. Isn't that right, Sora? Plays and operas are very robust scene in Siracusa. Whether you're in a tavern or a theater, there are always many performances to be found. Syracusans from all walks of life regard opera as a way to unwind. I say even the mobsters are no exception. So I thought, maybe if I can get into a troupe. Gotta hand it to you, Sora. Quick thinking there, nabbing this chance through the Monster Siren Records.
Casual, real product placement here. I mean, they're good. Check out their stuff, but like, haha, real product placement.
Coincidentally, my agent just asked if I was interested in going to Siracusa to develop my career, which I turned down because I didn't want to leave Lungman.
But even so, ain't Siracusan opera way different from your usual style?
It sure is, but the choreography and the singing will pose major challenges. Plus, we're also talking a completely different kind of stage. After seeing my performance, the director said he'd be willing to give me a shot. If Emisara didn't already have a contact ready to go, I would have had to keep waiting. Are you sure I'm not going to wake up to find you also disappeared without saying goodbye? It's not going to happen. Not even brave enough for that.
Speaking of which, any time for your meetup with the troupe's artistic director? I always had these meetings in some kind of company building or theater before. Crazy wanted to meet you in a restaurant like this.
That's not completely unheard of. Some people prefer to chat in a more natural, everyday setting to get a better feel for the actor.
Everyday setting, huh? Popping up in Siracusa like this don't feel natural to me in the least. But all I can do is... Oh, like I can. All I can do is hope it goes well. I get back to Longman. Next Texas is paying for 3 months of boba tea. No, make that 6.
Only 6?
You had a chance to make her peer through the nose.
Oh, the director actually showed.
Help me! Oh, what's going on?
Look out.
A flashbang. Oh, jeez. Spectacular. I got some great shots from the rehearsal just now.
How was it?
Is that pronounced senor? I don't know how to pronounce the language, I'm sorry.
How was Signor Bernardo?
Ooh. Fancy. Not bad.
Really?
But not good either. You're too eager to perform, Lena. It's as if you want 10 critics to see 12 different emotions in one of your performances. But that is too excessive for my needs. Just give me one thing, as long as it's yours. Your own grief, your own passion, your own desolation. It's not easy being an actor. You're not a prop on the stage, Lena. You don't settle for being a prop either.
Si, senor.
Director, the guests from Longman have arrived. Very good. Are you sure you need to meet with her personally, though? Just a small-time songstress from Longman. I can handle this myself. Loreno, I know that you, as Lena's uncle, have always sought to impede her potential competitors. But you could try to hide it a little better. Oh, wait, I'm not trying to hide anything from you at all. It's just that we don't have a particularly deep relationship with Monster Siren Records. Rather, there isn't a single theater troupe in Siracusa who thinks highly of this agency trying so desperately to wriggle into our market. But you would beyond expectations in agreeing to the deal to bring one of their singers over to study at our theater. Both logically and emotionally, this doesn't benefit us at all. And now you're even going to meet her, personally. As you said, Loreno, she's just a small-time songstress from Longman, with nothing inherently deserving of my attention. But as you will soon see, the from Lungman part holds a special significance. What are you talking about? Thank you. Tell him, don't go overboard. It's her life, isn't it? I don't know what that's about. guys are actually using explosive bolts? You alright, sir? I'm fine. For now. But you people, you're foreigners, right? You shouldn't have helped me. Getting mixed up with those people is a good way to get killed. I'm the only one who thinks it's mighty strange that there's a murder in broad daylight and no one seems to care. These guys are tougher to deal with than the gangsters back in Lungman. You're making trouble for yourself. I don't know that word. Senora. Sure. What a coincidence. I think I'm second best at is making trouble for myself. By the way, the thing I'm best at is getting rid of those troubles. You're in Siracusa now. So what? So that means you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. Sorry, excuse me. Hello, tenants. Attacking civilians? Which family are you with? Have you forgotten our ironclad laws? Talk about bad timing. No wonder this little runt kept running toward Lavinia's commute. Let's get out of here. Get back here! Just Lavinia! I remember you. You're from Il Ministero dei Lavori Pubblici. I'm going to have to get faster at reading that name. What's going on? I have no idea. I was just heading to work. The way those guys were dressed up, they should have known the rules. Then why? I'm just a law-abiding citizen. I never got mixed up with any of the family. Why? This... Your Honor, don't you think there's something weird in the air recently? Are the three of you alright? I'm fine, but those guys ended up getting away. I never expected Siracusa's cousin to be so cutthroat. Foreigners in Siracusa should try to be a bit more careful. And who might you be? I am Lavina, the judge for this city. What about you? You can call me Ixisier. But she's Sora. And that's Croissant over there. First of all, I would like to thank you. Your brave actions saved the life of this innocent civilian. Need my help chasing those guys down? Don't bother. I know this city like bags to their hands. And you won't ever catch them. I'll sort out the rest. Where are you from? We came from Lungman. Might as well give you our business card. If you never need something delivered, you give us a holler. Lungman. Penguin Logistics. We're the logistics company. That's right. No matter what it is, a tiny coin or a big old burden beast, we can take whatever you need. We can take you wherever you need to go. Day or night, rain or shine, the customer's satisfaction is our mission. Oh, assuming you have the money to pay, that is. Huh? Did I pitch that funny? No, I'm sorry. I've just been a bit on edge lately. Did you come to Falsini to expand your business, or just for pleasure? Either way, you choose an unfortunate time to come. What? Either way, you chose an unfortunate time to come. Don't mind me just switching up the tenses of words, you know, as you do. Well, actually, we came looking for a friend of ours. Lavinia, we're about to enjoy a grand celebration. What better time could there be to visit? A new city is about to be born in Volsini. The greatest event in the history of Siracusa. Should they be lucky enough, our new friends may get to witness its birth. Renata. Don't worry, these are my guests. Yours or your troops? Which would you prefer? I hope it's neither. That's too bad then, because the answer is both. She's like, alright then. Alright then. It's not too late to go back to Lungman right now, Ixisier. What do you mean? You always get the wrong idea about me, Lavinia. I wasn't even the one who invited them here. Senora Sora chose to come to Volsini herself, isn't that right?
Yes, sir. In fact, I'm grateful to... I'm grateful to... Compagnia dell'Alba. Alba.
I am so sorry to anybody who could speak Italian. I am so sorry. I am horribly butchering this language. I can feel it. I am so sorry.
Alright then. Since Senor Bernardo's guests, you won't have to worry much about your safety at the very least. Just please contact me if you need something, alright? My number's right here.
Can do.
Now then, you ask this gentleman about what happened to him. The rest of you, enjoy your chat. Bernardo! Oh! Wait, are you the Bernardo? Artistic Director of Compagnia dell'Alba?
That I am.
Oh wow, you came all the way out here just for us.
I've always chosen actors myself. After all, you know what they say about wanting a job done well. And who might these two be?
They're my good friends who came to Siracusa with me.
Or bodyguards too.
The name's Croissant. You can just call me Exissier.
Very interesting names. Power and a piece of bread.
Shouldn't we be moseying along?
There's no need. Familiar associates don't cause trouble without reason. I'm not sure what kind of mess that Kirk got himself into, but Siracusa is not without its own order.
This ain't your typical order now, is it?
You think so? I got the impression our Sancta friend here would be quite familiar with it.
Nah, even in Laterano, something like that would have been considered straight up assault.
Signora of Siracusa always said she brought guns in order from Laterano. The reality seems to be a bit different. Customs here might be a bit too extreme for outsiders. But if you plan on spending any amount of time here, you'll want to get used to them as quickly as possible. Setting aside the little intermezzo we just enjoyed, Signora Sora, is now a good time to discuss your new job. Hello! Welcome, welcome, welcome!
Oh, of course.
I'm assuming you haven't read the script yet, correct? This is our troupe's latest masterpiece, and your role is found within.
It would be an honor.
We haven't finalized the title of this production yet, but the name our creative team have chosen for this tragedy in 3 acts is... La Morte di Texas.
What did you just say?
Oh? Seems my play has already captured your attention. Let's take our time and talk. Oh, right. I almost forgot an old commotion just now. Why did you have to say a full sentence in Italian?
Benvenuti in Siracusa, mi amici.
I'm hoping I pronounced that correctly. I'm assuming that's welcome to Siracusa, my friends, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it just had to be Lavinia again. Rotten luck. And there was that song there, too. How the hell would a bunch of foreigners just show up at Siracusa at a time like this? Thought she has some real skills, too.
I think it might be true that Signora Cecilia's guy might already be in Volsini.
Ugh, who cares? Let's head back then. Who's it?
Ah, hello, Capone. It's been a hot second since we've last seen you. Actually, when is the last time we last saw you? Hold on. To be continued? Okay. I was gonna say, I know, like, I know you were in Code of Brawl, but I feel like I've seen you since then. And to be continued. That would be it. Right, because Lappland let them go after they, like, faked a duel to the death or whatever. Yeah.
Relax, Paisani, I ain't your enemy. Who do you belong to? Bad to say, I suppose I call myself a Sicilian. A Sicilian? Stop joking around. You moved out ages ago.
Is that so? I don't have the energy to waste my breath on you. So get out of my way unless you got a death wish. Excuse me, I apologize. I'm just here to remind you that there are people from the court waiting over in an ambush over there. Steer clear if you know what's good for you. What? Who the hell are you? I heard nothing about nobody coming to talk to us. Of course he didn't, because I didn't come here to talk to you. That brings me to the second thing I'd like to remind you of. Sicilians may have been a race, but they didn't die out. What? Oh. By the way, we came here to silence you. You talk too damn much. Hope Lappland's not rubbing off on you. That's what we can agree on. Hey, it's me. We're done here. Same place and wait? Yeah, you're the boss. And like I got a choice. Looks like we chose the wrong day to come back. Why do you say that? Rain. I hate the rain more than anything. It's the rainy season. I already told you before we came back. Now that you don't have your little brother trimming your fur for you, I think you ought to go across the street right now and get it all shaved off. Watch it, or that mop's gonna come right off your scalp. I actually was considering it myself, but my barber talked me out of it. So my head lopsided. I'd look ugly. Okay. I gotta hand it to you for finding a way to make money so quick. Looks like you spent too much time in Lugman, Capone. That lame fella, sure he's got a few tricks up his sleeve and all, but doesn't Lugman's governor have him pinned down pretty good? But this is Siracusa. Here the families run the show. Just need to find an odd job or two. So many family running around, so many capable hands. I swear I pronounce that word differently every single time. I don't know how it's pronounced. I know that's what it means is family, but I don't know how it's pronounced. Alright, maybe I was in Lugman too long. But what really surprised me is how they're still running in the same playbook they used when I left Siracusa. The family control everything in the city from the shadows, but they never walk out on its stage. Why do you say that? A new city's about to be born. On the surface, they're in the middle of voting for its new administrator. But the truth is, the family backing these people are constantly jockeying for power. What the hell are you even talking about? If we didn't lose our own city, we'd be doing the same exact thing. I've been away from Siracusa for a long time, Gambino. Was it 8 years? 10? That's a drop in the bucket. What's gonna change in that amount of time? Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome. Long enough to change the way I see a lot of things, but clearly not long enough to fix your short-sightedness. You know, we came to no peace agreement, you and me. My work just isn't done yet. You thought you were gonna die, I'm glad to send you on your way. How can you be sure that you won't be the one dying? What? How'd you know? Bartender, get your ass out here. Ooh. Hello. Question though, why do you have your lighter going if you don't have anything to light? I mean, it looks neat. But buddy, you're wasting fluid. I didn't think the two of you are on such good terms. Look like your patron isn't as reliable as you thought, Gambino. Let's be clear here. As long as the two of you complete my commission, I naturally will not mistreat you. However, the commission is not yet complete. You double-cross me. Double cross? This is your idea of a double cross, and I recommend you open your eyes a bit wider, Sicilian. So where does that put us now? I need to see what you two are capable of. Right here, right now. It's that simple. As long as you walk out of this alley alive, you pass. Armband! Very special armband. Thought you were gonna say you'd take both of us at once. My brother's been making me over the coals for that one. They weren't gonna let anyone pass in the first place, or something like that. You're talking big game. I'm looking forward to meeting both of you again. Pretentious bastard. Thinks he's human just because he got used to the city. Been a while since I've heard that. Looks like we don't have a choice. I'll make sure he figures out who doesn't have a choice. If I knew I'd be fighting for my life back in Siracusa, I would have just stayed home. Was that your call to make? Alright, fine. If we didn't show up, we probably would have been turned into millefeuille within a day. But we followed her here, and she wouldn't disappear without a word. She was saying, I brought you back home, now you're free to do whatever you want. Go fend for yourselves. The moment you start thinking like that is when she pops up right in front of you. You thinks it. You look like you got used to life here as well. She will come for us. Oh? Let me ask you this. In Siracusa, who's in bigger danger? A wolf who leaves the pack or goes rogue, or two strays? Well, that's new. I thought you'd fess up to being a stray mutt. I ain't dumb enough to act like I lost everything. Wish you admitted it sooner. Still, it's pretty obvious that she's trying to play with fire right into Signora Cecilia's nose. Right. I didn't even shit on the side of the road to that woman. I won't stand for it. If I get the chance, I swear I'm gonna kill her. But then there's her. She didn't even give a damn about Signora Cecilia. Same Signora Cecilia who sends us a letter and gets us shaking in our boots. That wasn't enough to get her back to Siracusa. Now she's back. All over another lone wolf. Oh, was that she asked again? How we ended up so scared of Signora Cecilia. You scared of her, Capone? Honestly? Yeah. Don't really go against Signora Cecilia. Yeah, Syracusans afraid of her. So, you want to see how she dies? I want to see how she lives. Hate to admit it, but I'm with you. Common thing with Italian is that G's are pronounced like Y's. Okay. That is actually going to be a very helpful tip. Thank you. Because I don't speak any Italian at all. I'm fluent in English. I can read and I can like verbally read Hebrew. And I can speak a little Japanese. Anything beyond that is beyond me. That's why we need to stay alive. A civil servant got attacked? And a Bologna associate to boot? Yeah, someone's clearly trying to pick a fight. Serves him right. If you ask me, it's probably the Masadists behind it. Those scumbags and their bag of petty tricks. Disgusting. A lot of the Disi family have already said that they support the Balloons taking over the new city. What's the point of pulling us? I mispronounced it. What's the point of pulling a stunt like this now? Hard to say. Adon's son, Letuzio, is now a secretary at El Ministerio de Lavori Publici. Someone has the skills to take him out along with El Ministerio himself. Wouldn't that blow things wide open again? Considering that runt's dumb enough to set his own familia aside to be a yes man for the government. You say that, but are you forgetting how many associates ate shit over the last 2 years because they underestimated him? Oh, I almost forgot. You were one of them. I'll admit, the run's got some talent. That's only because the Dawn's been sitting on his hands the whole time. But he decides to call the shots. That's true. Dawn hasn't said anything yet. The balloons can name themselves the winners so soon. Enough. The entire room suddenly falls silent, and the clamor and chatter from before seeming like nothing more than illusion. I don't care what you believe deep down, but during this tense time, you don't make the light of the situation. And you don't do anything rash. I know what you're all thinking. I get it. Other DC family, only familia Soluso hasn't yet placed our wager. It is still too soon for that. Yes, Don Alberto. Since time immemorial, Familia Saluzzo has always been like this. One is allowed to think, but not to advise, because Alberto Saluzzo calls all the shots. Alberto never allows anyone to question his decisions. Nobody in the Familia finds this unusual. They say that Saluzzo's strength comes from the fact that Alberto is always correct. Hello, Lappland. Hello, Lappland. Everyone's here? My, now that I look closely, I see a lot of old faces. You're... But that's not to say there are no rebels. Only... Oh, sorry, that's not her speaking. That's narrator speaking. But that is not to say that there are no rebels. Only most of them have been erased from the Familia. And were never heard from again. With the exception of a white wolf named Lappland. She pulls a chair over and props her feet up on the table as if she owns the place. Who let her in? Don Alberto killed everyone outside and forced her way in. This is a Familia meeting. Get her out of here. Lappland. The Dawn has asked you to leave. I turned down Cecilia's lunch invitation and rushed back like a good little foul beast, eager to return to its nest. This hideout we have in Volsini, kind of drab compared to the old Saluzzo stronghold. Tony. Voice cracking, excuse me. Tony, you really have to treat me so cold. You're no longer an associate of this Familia. What? You think I came back to beg the old man to let me back into this this most distinguished Familia? Just watch your words, Senora. Right. Even though it's so disgracefully kicked out, this Familia has always had a special place in my heart. So at this critically important time, I have chosen to come back home. I'd risk my own life, ignoring my father's disdainful glare, as to bring back a vital piece of intelligence. Does that not move you to tears? Lind, before the Dawn's own daughter, you won't accept your bounds. There's no place for you to run roughshod. You... Oh. Never seen that guy before. Was he new? Yes, in your Lappland. You're so cruel, father. I doubt the sincerity of my actions. You got my desk dirty, Lappland. Desks to be replaced, right? Let's hear it then. Your so-called vital intelligence. Texas. The same Texas you let go. That's right. Well, I brought her back. Lappland squints at her father. This homecoming has not inspired a single shred of emotion within her. She carries with her only a faint glimmer of amusement as to what might happen. Or rather, what she is about to make happen. Because she has been in such environments for far too many times in her life. She has returned. The thoughts that inadvertently bubble up in her mind seem ever so laughable. Silly. Just call me Texas. Alright, Texas. How does it feel to be back in Siracusa? Not too great. I can imagine. How are you? I wouldn't feel too great about suddenly being forced to go somewhere, even if it was my homeland. Though if this isn't too much to ask, I'd like you to imagine this as well. Your father suddenly forced a bodyguard onto you, and she's a whole lot stronger than you. That's not a great feeling either. Understandable. That's what I wanted to hear. Unfortunately, I don't have the power to let you leave. All I can say is I hope we both do what we need to do. Go ahead and get changed. We had this outfit custom tailored in old Familia Texas style. Well, you can be my bodyguard tonight and accompany me to the banquet. Sure. Beside Texas lies the well-presented suit that Familia Belone has prepared for her. Okay, wait, hold on. I need to read the log so I can understand this relationship real quick. Wouldn't feel too great about being suddenly forced to go somewhere, even if it was my homeland. Like you to imagine this so well. Your father suddenly forced a bodyguard onto you, and she's a whole lot stronger than you. That's not a great feeling either. Oh, so Texas is the bodyguard. Okay. I misinterpreted that at first. My bad. He looks towards the tightly shut door. He knows what she is supposed to do. To fulfill Zara's contract, she needs to exit this room, kill a few irrelevant people, create some chaos, then finally kill a few important people. It's the reverse case with Silver Ash, yeah. Irrelevant or important. This is the attitude Syracusans have toward life. She too used to think like that. Even now that she has learned to see the world through a different lens, as soon as she stepped back into the city, she quickly realized that these practices were still ever so familiar to her. She has returned. The thoughts that inadvertently bubble up in her mind fill her with disgust. Or rather, if I go back, hold on. Okay, it just shows me here. Okay, so cool. So we'll go like this. Forgot to mention, I am listening. We are in a side story, so let's go ahead and mess around with some stuff here, shall we? This selection, go like this. Now then, let's have some fun. You managed to grab both Texas and Penance? How many polls? How many polls? You can't just say that and not mention how many polls. How many polls? $84. Okay. I am not as mad now. Hold on. I just want to check. Did I get anything from that? I did. Okay. 3 of them are free polls. Fair enough. Well, I'm assuming you also used the 10 poll. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Zima, Saga, you two just got your new whatchamacallums. My brain's not working. Modules, that's what it is. So I'm tossing you in there. You were baited 3 times? Well, I just had one of my polls that I just did at the start of the stream. I pulled 3 5-stars in a single 10 poll. But no 6-star. I got a 5-star on all but one of my 10 polls. At least one 5-star on all but one of my 10 polls. I have an average of over 1 5-star per 10 poll. But no 6-star. At the 40 poll mark, you got 2 6-stars? Dang. Dang, dang, dang. Let's see. Who else am I going to toss in here? Exu. Lappland, of course. Let's see, who else shall we toss in here? The first was Texas. Nice. Second was Gnosis. Interesting. I'm gonna put Dagda in there simply because I want to keep playing with Dagda. And comes the 60 pull mark. Sure, most team is close enough to Penguin Logistics. I feel like Cantabile will be fun. Another Texas? Oh my gosh. I better get that when I make my 60 poll. I'm currently at 52, I believe. Sure, we'll toss in Scotty, Arquetto, Golden Glow. Probably want Telopsis, we probably want a healer. Sure, we'll throw in Chen. '84 is when Penance decided to show up. Dang. Oh, that's 12. That's everybody. This should be interesting. Not exactly the most well-balanced sort of party here, but we'll have some fun with it. Welcome Teatro di Milano, Signora Miri. It's like every drop of your random. Oh, jeez. I mean, hey, at least you got them, right? That's the goal. Wow, this place is breathtaking. Syracusans love to kill time here on the accompaniment of music and performance. After all, when reality is monotonous and difficult to change, people naturally need a place to indulge their fantasies. Or to equate their blood-stained business dealings with the legendary exploits of heroes on stage to obtain a sense of moral satisfaction. Wow, you don't pull any punches, huh? Of course not. In this line of work, we must be clear-eyed about our own profession, no? Your friends over there seem to have been on their guard from the very beginning. I don't mean no disrespect, Mr. Director, but I heard it. He was calling that play you're rehearsing. La Morte de Texas. The Death of Texas? That'd be the crappiest joke I ever heard. You seem to be well acquainted with that name. It's rather unusual among foreigners. Syracusans rarely bring it up in the first place, and in my VOC here, I'm even more secretive about it. But the story of Familia Texas is one that every mafioso must always keep in their hearts. It is a cautionary tale. A warning. Let's talk about the script itself first. There are countless works based on the deeds of Familia Texas, but not a single one dares to actually print the name. Playwrights are more inclined to reimagine or adapt with the help of an illusion or parody. After all, it is against their best interest to invite trouble. However, times change, and today's audience finds true history far more salient than fairy tales with falsified names. Wouldn't you agree? Your pride was untouched? You got all that through a rundum? Dang! As such, a remarkable individual has brought this script before us. It's a play in 3 acts. You had 40,000. You had 40,000 to run. I really wish I didn't pull for stainless. That's all I'm going to say. I would have had like 20,000 if I didn't pull for stainless. You wailed 4 Texas, 4 pendants, and 3 off-banner after 424 pulls. Not to mention you also now get to go and choose someone to go and pick. You could just grab another Texas, or grab another pendants, or grab a Rosmontis, or you can grab an NTR, or you can grab anybody you want. Dang. The first act harkens back to the area when Columbia was first established, with many Siracusan familia yearning for this undeveloped land. Wait for the rest of the free polls before deciding who to spark. That is understandable. That's smart, actually. Not even just understandable, that is very smart. Consequentially, the familia each dispatched their own teams, one after another, joining the ranks of Columbia's first pioneers. As a free-to-play, hurt your soul. Understandable. In an era where chaos and opportunity came hand in hand, some were swallowed by the tides of time, while others found it their promised land. The cream of the crop among them was Salvador, Texas, a man who would later establish his very own era.
I know he means his surname and not her, but still. So Texas is one of Siracusa's families.
To be precise, they were a familia that originated in Siracusa, but took root in Columbia. Such familiars are hardly unusual over there. From beginning to end, though, old Salvador saw himself as a Siracusan through and through. And the Siracusans in turn rewarded him for his perseverance, always affording him a Siracusan's respect.
Siracusans?
The second act chronicles some of the most praiseworthy episodes from his storied struggles in Columbia. Siracusans can be found everywhere in the shadows of Columbia's history, and it is precisely amidst that tide that Salvador gathered his familia. In truth, the contents of this act are the best known of the 3. Even across various retellings, they're almost always the same. Accounts of the Siracusan in Columbia can be found in over a dozen versions at any local bookstore. Mostly romance novels borrowing the phantom of his name, so to speak. Perhaps there may be even a few words of truth among them. If you're interested in that, I can point you to some of the less outrageous ones.
Oh, I'd appreciate that.
Think nothing of it. Now, on to the third act. This is the one that can change most dramatically between versions. Where'd the second act go? Wait, hold on, what? First act... Oh, the second act chronicles some of the most praiseworthy episodes of his story struggle. Okay, my brain went woo in one ear and right out the other.
Because it deals with the fall of the Texas family.
That's right. Outsiders only know one thing for certain about the fall of Familia Texas, and that is that Salvador was murdered by his own son, Giuseppe, who later declared the Familia Texas would break away from Siracusa's Familia system. This act angered Signora Cecilia, who incurred her retribution. In a single night, the Texas name was wiped from existence.
The entire Texas family disappeared in a single night?
At least that's what every Siracusan believes. As far as what exactly happened during the liquidation of Familia Texas, no one except the parties involved have any way of knowing.
Excuse me, how come there are only scripts for the first 2 acts here?
That is because the third act is not yet finished. Each playwright will invariably imagine their own version of how this process unfolded, arriving at completely different developments and outcomes. In that regard, our playwright seems to have reached an impasse. That said, the contents of the first two acts are already exceptional on their own merits, so I purchased the work without hesitation.
Mr. Bernardo, is it possible that one of the heirs of Texas family survived the chaos? Like, maybe she managed to leave Columbia and escape to a different city? For example, Longman?
Lungman. I recall that's where you ladies hail from. Don't give away too much information here, Sora. You are dealing with the literal mafia here. Apparently, Salvador did not have a particularly amicable relationship with his son. But he doted on his granddaughter, even sending her back to Siracusa, where she was fostered by Familia Saluzzo for several years. Nobody has seen or heard from her since the liquidation, though. In fact, nobody can conclusively say that she was even involved in this at all. Some say she's been in Colombia, been seen in Colombia, or even along the border of Siracusa. Therefore, different accounts of Familia Texas' story tend to have different endings when it comes to her. She was said to possess their iconic black hair and orange eyes. Excuse me.
And I'm speaking hypothetically here, the last descendant of the Texas family is still alive and has returned to Syracusan soil once again, what would happen to them?
Certainly a thought-provoking hypothetical, one with any number of possible developments. Playwrights tend to build their work around such logic. Sadly, Signora Sora, reality does not abide by logic.
Some say that she is the guest of a family by the name of Bellone. Some say that the Bellones are the most powerful family in the city. Some say that she left everything behind to go there, not even giving herself a chance to say goodbye. We came all the way here to find her.
Your bravery is commendable. Since you have been so frank with me, bringing secrets even I have never heard, allow me to be frank with you in turn. Familia Bellone and their guests have indeed frequented this theater, graciously offering their patronage to our humble performances.
Really?
Call it coincidence or call it fate. Is that not how all stories unfold? If that guest truly comes to pay us a visit, then our troupe will be sure to extend her an enthusiastic welcome. Rumor has it that she is a woman of few words, whose trimmed swords speak for her. Her name is Selenia Texas. That's our Texas.
Stop shoving that plate of thistles in my face, Slovenia. The seasoning here isn't as bad as you make it out to be. Give it a try. I'm going to pass again. Are you trying to save room in your stomach for a cold dinner with those smug mafiosi friends of yours back home? Reek of cigar butts? After all, only things that happen there have any real value. No, I just seriously can't stand artichokes. Leon, I've already lost count of the number of violent incidents that have broken out in the city over the past month. Just this morning, a citizen nearly died at this very restaurant. You're a judge. You should know better than anyone else that Siracusa was built on violence. Should there ever come a day where there aren't any unidentifiable corpses lying in the alleys, then that would be real news. The victim was an employee of Il Ministero de Lavori Pubblici, your Ministero. Who did it? It would appear that Leon Tunsu, son of Del Bellone, deigns to inquire about the life and death of a citizen only when it concerns his career. Lavinia Falcone. Okay. A little on the nose there with the Falcone there. But fair enough. Fair enough. I really do not have any energy to clap back at you right now. We can all feel that this city has been on edge recently, waiting for something big to happen. Something bigger than the Bellone's ultimate victory? Excuse me. We are really allowed to take the reins. I, for one, do not intend to continue tolerating the thuds that prowl in the cover of darkness. Lavinia, you're familiar with the way I do things. I sure hope so. Over 100 years ago, when Siracusa first turned from the plot of land into a country, This territory consisted of 22 cities controlled by the Dodici Familia. To this day, that number has never changed. Just like that's Siracusa's ironclad tradition. But finally, after so many years, our ever-immutable Siracusa is about to give birth to a new nomadic city. A new nomadic city means opportunities, new ambitions, and new hopes. You're exactly right. We are indeed at victory's doorstep. Economy, traffic, and route planning. We and our friends have already been spreading our influence throughout every facet of Volsini's new urban area. When that area is formally built into a new city, we will have the right to lead the future of Siracusa. At least that's what the more optimistic associates of the Familia believe. And do you consider yourself one of those optimists? I very much hope I am. That said, the old fellows over at Grey Hall haven't reached their final decision yet. There's no future to look forward to until everyone there has formally let the chips fall. Are we still looking forward to the same future, Leo? Of course. Alright, it's about time for me to head off. Before the banquet starts, I have to first pick up a certain friend.
Texas looks... she looks so good. Lappland does too. But we've technically seen Lappland with the Blood of Combat stuff before, so... I made that comment long before I even started streaming.
This whole city is sopping wet. Sorry to keep you waiting. I was just looking around. Senora Texas, how do you feel about the way your hometown has changed? These newfangled streets and alleys?
She definitely rocks a Bussoa. Oh, yeah. They both rock the blue. It's so good.
The way I see it, it's exactly the same as the day I left. And this outfit, I don't think it's a very good idea.
I'll agree to disagree here.
Consider it your very first gift from Familia Belon. Hopefully you'll find that our tailor has not besmirched the former glory of Familia Texas. Please, get at ease and accept it. So if I'm not at ease, can I refuse? Unfortunately, I'm afraid that is not an option. Just have to find a way to ease up then. So, what's my job here?
She's far more expressive with this outfit as well. And just that one change in the thing. This event was released on the anniversary of the death of Giovanni Falcone.
Really? I actually did not know that.
Well, wait, hold on. Released on the Chinese server or released on the global server? Global. I see. I see. Quite interesting. Very interesting. May 23rd. Very interesting.
It's very simple. You'll join me at tonight's banquet, and we'll proudly announce in front of everyone that I, the son of Don Belon, have enlisted a bodyguard who's inherited the Texas name. Then, you'll kill all of the overzealous, power-hungry idiots there, and we'll call it a day.
Alright, fair enough.
I'd actually be down for that. Same. Only if it were ever that easy. Alright, Texas, in the 2 days I've left you in the city, I've been hard at work conditioning my mind. I've been trying to tell myself that the Texas name is worth a whole lot more than the trouble you're going to bring. That way I can gradually come to terms with the terrifying, dangerous situation I've been dealt. The Texases are already dead. Unfortunately, not everyone believes that. Maybe you're the one misreading how much influence a ruined familia can have.
Maybe, but I'm not just talking about Familia Texas here. I'm also talking about you.
You once returned to Siracusa from Colombia. only to leave again. The way I heard it, every familia involved in liquidation tried to kill you on your way out. But every last one of them failed. You were all made to pay a heavy price. It was all sparked by a single woman. You. I just work for Penguin Logistics. I do deliveries. You've already made your assessment of how much you're worth to Siracusa today. Let me assure you that I know at least as much as you do. First things first, senor. You must have some idea what's going on in Volsini, right? And in Nomadic City. Precisely. And regardless of whether you acknowledge it or not, this plan is closely tied to your family name. Or should I say, it was brought on by the fall of Familia Texas. The collapse of the Texases dealt a mortal blow to the authority of Columbia's Familiae. They had no choice but to return to Siracusa's embrace. They brought back Colombian technology as a price for regaining our trust. Finally, Siracusa had acquired the ability to build a new city of its own. However, the most pressing issue quickly became who would have the rights to own it. And the power struggle within the Grey Hall began the moment the plan to build the city was completed 5 years ago. Today, that power struggle was finally drawing to a close. As one of the oldest familiae, we, the Ballones, have the opportunity to seize victory. Volsini's backup core is already being retrofitted to serve as the core of the new city, and new plates are steadily being built. In a year's time, perhaps less, it will be completed. And your mission... Is it still Leon speaking? Am I doing the wrong voice? Whatever, I'm reading it as a narrator. And your mission is to help Familia Bellone turn this opportunity into a decisive victory. Sounds to me like what you needed was just a good enough hitman. But when the hitman's name is Texas, that might just change everything. You still remember the Rosati name? Rosati? Yeah, that rings a bell. After the Texases were liquidated, the Familia that had taken root in Colombia lived in constant fear of becoming the next target of the Senora Cecilia's wrath. That's when Familia Rosati took the initiative to approach her themselves. They're the ones who brought back the technology to develop nomadic cities. For a brief moment, the Rosatis were poised to succeed the Texases, even managing to squeeze into one of the 12 seats of the Grey Hall that no Texas had ever touched. It seems like one of those boring stories that goes nowhere. Boring and brutal. Grey Hall's always been like that. Open only to the winners. And the Boston Familia Rosati stationed in the city, Senor... Wallach? 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 Wallach. 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 We'll go with Wallach. Will not be content lapping up the scraps we Ballones leave behind. Here I was thinking the dour mood around here was because of the rainy season. I'll be frank with you, Volsini has not been peaceful these last few months. Two of my friends have found themselves in various kinds of accidents. Along with them, the Familiae who still remain on the sidelines may end up changing their minds, and there's no guarantee that the Familiae who have already chosen their alliances won't betray them later. When Senora Cecilia established Grey Hall, she laid down the ironclad rule. Do not kill. In other words, the Familiae have had a lot of leeway to do whatever they want short of killing one another. You fooled me. You are still standing in front of me, after all. And so you invited me back. You don't need me to do anything in particular. I just have to get up on the stage you prepared, and announce that I've returned. That stage is tonight, correct? Senora Texas, you are aware. Are you aware? The fall of the Texases have been adapted into one opera after another, performed across various major theaters. In those stories, you, Cecilia, Texas, are always portrayed as an ignorant child, helpless in the face of your family's collapse. But right now, I can say for sure that you are anything but. I truly want to know. What exactly did you experience during that liquidation? Ooh, I like your design. I like your NPC. Just an NPC, but it's nice. I like this one's design. You returned, Your Honor. Yes, there's something going on. I wonder how Alicia said she recently met a pretty nice guy. The one who runs a textile shop. You knew after all? Yes, we've crossed paths a few times back when I was investigating a case. It's Familia... It's Familia Gelli. Though they're not a particularly major familia, yet still control the textile businesses for a few streets down. I heard they even have business dealings with some of the familia that makes their way in and out of Greyhall. Yes, we know. Lucia's been talking us up for ages. Says the guy's going to bring some of her siblings along so we can all have a good time together. Been so busy around here lately, I haven't had a chance to cut loose and unwind. Oh, Your Honor, you aren't going, right? Right. I still have some work to do. Tell them I send my regards. Okay, will do. Oh, right. Did you get a chance to look through these files? Which files? The mass disappearances on Via Como. Family of 5, remember? I've located a potential witness and I'm trying to convince him to testify. But John Angelo declared that case closed as of this afternoon. He said that family just moved to another city. Then he added that we still have many things to do and we shouldn't waste our time and energy on cases like this. Unless I am misremembering, I am the judge presiding over this case. The court made a decision internally yesterday. You weren't present for the meeting. Is that so? I get it. Right. This case is certainly not worth the time and energy. It's only 5 people after all. The husband drives a taxi around the city. The wife picks tomatoes on a farm. They have 3 children. The oldest only 13 years of age. The youngest still breastfeeding. The neighbors were reluctant to say anything. No matter who I asked, they all said that life must move on. There was no screaming in the night, no crying by the lake, no traces of blood left on their squeaky clean floorboards. Alright then. Life must move on, and they had it coming for a crossing of Familia. Or maybe their luck was so rotten that they didn't even notice they were being targeted. After all, the Familiae always said that they would never attack ordinary civilians. As for us judges, there are always more important things to attend to, right?
I like her. I like Penance.
Your Honor, I've always had the greatest respect for you. To be honest, I have no idea what ideal judge is supposed to look like. Even though the Senora modeled our courts after Lateranos and qualified our laws after Columbia's. None of us have ever seen a real one as Sanctus wandering judges, and Columbia's code of law is nothing but an excerpt from a book. What I'd rather believe is that an ideal judge should be someone as determined to uphold justice as you are. Not everyone has your talents, or your connections with Familia Bellone. You don't have to constantly fear for your life. No, you can casually grab a light meal with the sun of dawn. Early this morning, Judge Angelo received a letter sealed in a black envelope. Which Familia is behind this case? Make a difference, as far as we're concerned? Do you still remember last month how Judge Starchi was dragged by his friends to chat in a car for an entire afternoon? He hasn't been able to lift his right hand since. And there's Judge Borillo. That chubby, always jovial old lady. How long has it been since she came to work? You're right. In theory, we're supposed to represent that woman's will. What is that even supposed to be? At least I can't figure it out. Courage and persistence are great things to have, of course. But Judge Lavinia, please do not laugh at the wet clothes of us folks who stand beneath the eaves. After all, you have nothing to lose. Is that so? Perhaps the price I pay is the right to truly be just. Oh, the phones you don't ring very often. You should prefer to come settle things privately. Or should I say, they look to settle things with us privately. Oh. Got it. I'll be there right away. Your Honor, you know you don't have to take everything so seriously. I know. Should I bring back some macaroni for supper? We're going to a restaurant with pretty good reviews. Appreciate it.
Alright, so while we're doing this, I have a question. Did they put the pattern back on her E2 art, or no?
A fight! Wicked, bring it on! As a knight of the tower, I accept your challenge.
She's so adorable.
To the death I go.
I'm aware of what I'm doing.
Just like that.
Follow me! For Victoria!
Prepare to be dissolved. Yep.
Solid positioning.
Ooh.
Victoria!
I just changed to her English voice. I like it.
For Victoria! Is this an order? Any soldier's will is worthy of respect.
There we go. Nice and easy. Nice and simple. I can only imagine it's going to get far more complicated from this point on. You know.
You don't know the kind of person he is, but I understand him. Why do you think we place too much faith in our ability to understand someone? Do you think we're all too easily blinded by the illusions born of emotion and impulse? Salvador. He deserves to step out of Columbia's dark alleyways. My sister. He is a Siracusan. You know nothing about how he operates. You would think he'd help us get rich? All he's gonna do is get himself burnt. Or to get caught in the middle. He uses his fists to protect himself, and then law and order to shackle his fists. Is that not enough for you? Get your head out of the clouds already. No, brother. Other Syracusans wear their scars and bloodstains like badges of honor. Only he knows that blood is nothing more than blood.
So, Sora, how's my acting?
Want me to give it to you straight? You bet I do. Absolutely terrible. Cynthia, you got like zero talent for this. I feel like I'm pretty emotionally invested though. Just being emotionally invested doesn't make you a good actor. But as far as the script is concerned, you're on the right track. You aren't flubbing any of your lines. I'll lower your expectations. What do you think, Croissant? Pretty darn good if you ask me. The other thing is, when you're expressing your dissatisfaction with the brother, you could dial the emotions back a notch. So try to get the point across some other way. I can give that a try in a moment. Oh, Croissant, remember you an expert. Hey, don't go underestimating a guy who sits on Sora's classes every week. I like a certain two someones who come and go without a word. Hey, I never leave without saying anything. Not what I meant. But at least this proves we'll be able to find her for sure, right? Damn straight we will.
Quite the unique performance.
Excuse me, but are you...
My name is... Oh, whoa. Okay. That's a name. My name is Bedonosius.
Oh, hello, Ben something or other?
Feel free to call me Ben.
Sure thing, Ben. Excuse me, Mr. Ben. If there's something you need from us, I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to leave. We're still in the middle of rehearsal.
Of course there is. Currently watching the performance, why not?
I don't think someone who's walking around eating pizza counts as watching anything.
Allowed to watch the performance while enjoying pizza?
Well, don't theaters usually have rules against that?
That's a rule imposed by people by the theater, not by the play itself. Films have a way of making people superficially conflate these things and hold them with the same degree of reverence, even erecting false pedestals in which to elevate them. True reverence, however, is much harder to find. Would you like a bite, young lady?
You betcha. What? That texture's awful.
It's the cheapest street pizza you can find, after all. That said, the sauce is actually quite respectable.
So if you were watching our performance just now, what'd you think of it?
The key takeaway is that there are some differences between the methods of capturing and expressing emotions you seem to be adept at versus the demands of opera. You are clearly used to standing in front of an audience, or should I say, you're so used to it that it makes it hard for you to stand on stage as an actor. That is not an indictment of your abilities, but is nevertheless a trial you must overcome.
Oh, I didn't expect you to be a total pro at this.
Think about it. You are the daughter of a wealthy Colombian magnate. He, Salvador, is a vagrant from Siracusa. He is different from all the other men you've ever met. He does not care about your status, but values you for who you are. He is more indolent than anyone else, yet also clever. He seems destined to become a don of a familia, setting off on a perilous road from which there is no turning back. Excuse me. Tell me, young lady, is this someone you can love?
Someone I could love?
No, you are terrified. The more you love him, the more he terrifies you. You have no choice of keeping it. You have no chance of keeping him. Your intuition tells you that you should escape, that he should never belong to you, that he never belonged to you. You've told yourself countless times that he's just another passerby on the road of life, that even if he slips away, you can find innumerable others who will do better. You know that if you chase after him, your life become a land ship in an endless desert, unable to see your course. You don't even know if the decision you made is right or wrong. But despite all that, you still turn to your relatives and yell.
Only he knows that blood is something more than blood.
Oh.
Ooh. So that's the feeling I've been missing this whole time.
Yet you already seem to understand it well, young lady.
Let's give it another run through, Exosier. Let me get a sip of water first. Not getting away that easy when Sora's in the zone. I'll go fetch some drinks for y'all. And some grub while I'm at it. Mr. Ben, anything you... Huh? Well, where'd he go? Ah, the police are finally here. Over here, ma'am.
I'm not the police. I'm Lavinia, municipal judge for Fulcini. Siracusa has no police, senor.
What? No police?
Are you a foreigner? In this country, they are the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in the streets.
Who are they?
I'm just visiting for some business discussions, so I don't quite understand. I'm talking about the mafiosi.
Rest are clear of them. I know that much.
Where's the scene of the crime?
Just take a look for yourself. Right there behind the dumpster.
Five people. Couldn't have died more than a day ago. And their outfits seem to be from the same familia.
What's wrong, ma'am?
I saw them just this morning. They attacked a public official earlier. I confronted them about it, but let them go.
Why here of all places?
The leader isn't with them either.
I've always heard the Siracusa is a dangerous place.
No, if this was a conflict between familiae, they would have made sure to clean up the scene. It doesn't make any sense. For your own safety, act as if you never saw anything. I'll handle the rest here.
Yes, ma'am.
Damn it, I need to get out of this godforsaken place this instant. Senora Lavinia, I didn't expect you to ever call me first.
Dimitri, notice any flamboyant hitmen around town lately? You have to be either incredibly brave or incredibly stupid to stick your neck out these days. You need me to throw that last month's crime reports in your face? I think there's been a little misunderstanding here. Just now, 5 bodies were found in the back alley of Viale Orvieto. The scene wasn't cleaned up, which suggests it was work of one of the Familiae. And just this morning, I saw these same folks attacking a public official. Oh, new and exciting. I don't care about the little power struggle between you people, but don't forget that our ironclad rule still stands. Setting aside recent developments, even in ordinary times, the fact still stands that Rossini is run by Familia Bellone, and has a judge as principled as you. Holding a son like that is tantamount to spitting in our faces. No one would dare do something like that. Unless they're Colombian. Is that what you wanted to say? It could be anyone who doesn't give 2 shits about the rules we've set. Just keep me posted if you learn anything. I don't recall having to answer to you, Your Honor. Is this also not tantamount to spitting in the face of Familia Bellone? Fine then. I'll tell Leon. Maybe he has enough spare time on his hands. First attacked on government officials, now hitman out of nowhere. Is there really a connection between these?
The human air creeps inside. Lavinia's mind races with details of the latest case as she makes her way back to the courthouse. She knows full well what looms overhead, but everyone here, including herself, takes it for granted. At the entrance to the courthouse, Lavinia looks over at her car and cannot help but let out a sigh. It has been splashed with paint and now stands out conspicuously among its neighbors. A simple gesture of malice. These acts used to make her feel at a loss for words, but now they trouble her no more than the continuous drizzle. Of course, there's still the cost of getting the car cleaned. Uh-oh.
Sorry. Be careful out there, senor. The rain doesn't seem like it'll let up anytime soon. You might slip if you don't watch your step. Thanks for the reminder. You don't seem to have an umbrella either. I'm not a fan. I rather enjoy the feeling of rain jumps on my skin. And I hope you also watch your step.
Why are you trying to provoke her?
Well, what makes you think that's what I'm doing? Oh, you think you've got me all figured out now, huh?
Forget I said anything.
I was trying to provoke her, though. She had a familiar scent on her. What I hate.
Get yourself, but you're the one who wanted us to break into Familia Bellone. And I think this is just making us more suspicious.
I need to know exactly what is happening in this city. And why they wanted to bring Texas back. So what do you reckon we do? Are we up from hired guns? Right to the rings until we can balloon stock payment?
Gambino would probably like the sound of that, at least.
That's way too inefficient. You guys need some bargaining chips, isn't that right? So where is Gambino?
On his way to the middleman. Gosh, the bounty.
Look at that. Here in Siracusa, he's a lot better at you than climbing the banks. A lot better than you at climbing the ranks.
I don't deny that. After spending so much time in Lungman, I'm more shocked at how this place hasn't changed a bit. Not used to it at all anymore.
Trust me, you'll get used to it again soon enough. It's like Gambino. After all, you're a Syracusan.
Really gonna let him plant his roots down here again?
Why not? There's nothing stopping you either. You're loud and proud about it. I certainly wouldn't get in your way.
The more I think about it, the less I understand. What exactly are you trying to accomplish?
I'm just enjoying the rainy season. What, do you not like the rain?
All I know is Gambino hates the rain. So what news did you get your hands on?
Want to find out?
Sure, I'd say so. Say I do.
What would you have me do? You're in luck. I just happen to be in need of a driver. Go on in, Senor Sekoi. Sekatoi.
I came back alive, bartender.
Your skills aren't half bad. But neither you, Gambino, nor the friend of yours who left for Lubmin years ago, Capone, are good enough.
Don't start talking like you're some hot shit, cub.
You're just like the rumor said, really clueless as to when you should and shouldn't press your luck. Don't know how the last Sicilians lost the favor of the Signora Cecilia. Look at the ones today. What could they do now except cling to the last pathetic scrap of glory? Listen up, Gambino. I don't give a shit what you and Capone came back to Siracusa to do. Nor do I care who's backing you behind the scenes. All I care about is your ability and the kind of work you can do.
So, what do you think of our work then?
You're not one of us. You've got guts. Well, they're good. So you keep doing good work for me, and I pay you. The better you do, the more you get paid. Simple as that. Go to table on. Once you satisfy me, I'll arrange a meeting.
I'm gonna do such a good job that you'll regret it.
You know, I don't hate the fact that you Sicilians do the business from your bones. That's something Syracusans can use more of these days. Let's see you try. When the time comes, you'll realize that I never regret a thing.
The banquet is about to begin. We have been lining up early outside to wait outside the door. Welcome, Mr. Badell. And you are... Rubio. We met at the banquet last week. Oh, I remember now. You Secretario de Siracusa Alimentare, Rubio. I do apologize for this porous mind of mine. Seeing as you're here, I'm sure tonight's meal is not to be missed. Hardly, good sir. But as we were expecting some rather esteemed guests tonight, I did put on a little extra effort. I see, I see. I'll be here, Beto. I'll be right there. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Who is that?
Rubio.
Secretario de Siracusa Alimentare. What? He's actually a government official looking like that? I ignored him when I first came in because I thought he was just a doorman.
Not that you're missing out on much. He might as well be a clown.
Why do you say that?
He's not from one of the familiae. After a lifetime of struggling. The best position he can claw himself into was the director of that no-name Departamento. After he landed the position, he went around kissing the asses of various familiae until he somehow managed to bumble his way into somewhere now. Nowadays, his Departamento pretty much caters all events in Wilsini, large and small. He doesn't care about his image at all, standing in front of the door to greet the guests like that. I mean, you saw him.
I see. That said, there is a thing or two we can learn from Sorry Mug.
I must congratulate you, Rubio.
Why? What would the occasion be?
Word on the street is that young Master Leon Tuzo will be ascending the banquet tonight. Heir to the Familia Bellone, the great celebrity by Karakni's side has never attended a banquet like this before. This is your big break, isn't it?
Senor Wallach, must have been quite pleased with the batch of steaks I sent you the other day. Otherwise, I'm sure you wouldn't be calling me just to joke around in such a manner.
Things have changed, Rubio. I may be the boss of Familia Rosati in the city and made a bit of a name for myself, but there's still plenty of rules I must abide by. For example, I have to break the bread of fellowship with a guy like you.
Your support is appreciated.
It's good that we all treat each other like family. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. If we have any issues, we settle them on the table. None of us enjoy spending all day fighting and kill each other. It's just a necessity born of circumstance, isn't that right?
Indeed. You have to work hard these days, Senor Warlock.
El Ministerio de Transporte is headed by a balloon. He normally keeps his distance from me. Not much I can do to him. But El Ministerio is a smart man. A good friend of mine. Naturally, he enjoys the Rosati's full sport. The host of tonight's banquet, Karachi, Ministerio de Lavori Publici, is an unpredictable man, though. Even though he's got balloons little pup following him around, he manages to stay on decent terms with everyone. Rubio, food safety is important, is it not? I do hope you are also a smart man.
Of course, of course. VIP arrived just now. Excuse me, I must be off.
See you.
I know how strong you are, Senor Tessus. Unfortunately, I am not a man who enjoys resorting to violence. Using force is the least efficient method. So if you were expecting to leave Siracusa after making a few heads roll on my behalf, I'm afraid you'll be quite disappointed. Just tell me what I need to do. Karachi, Rossini's Ministro de Lavori Publici. He's responsible for the construction of the new nomadic city plate. He's also one of our men, and I need you to protect him. Government official. I know what you're going to say. The government is just the cloth draped over the Grey Hall's round table. Every associate of every familia remembers Senor Cecilia's lament. There was once a time we never took stock of the vases and cutlery sitting on our tablecloth. Right now, it's something we must pay close attention to. The Colombians brought new things back with them. What disturbed me most was not the technology, but rather how they do things, something like we do in Siracusa. They knew that Siracusa's officials were never going to turn their backs on the old guard of the Familiae. They never required those officials to defer them in the public. All they needed was them to turn a blind eye at just the right moment, or whether it was convenient for them. What can we do? Getting rid of those officials won't solve anything. Try to settle things with them directly? Not stupid enough to give game away. Despite the not insignificant amount of power and influence we have here, there's something we can do about them. I believe that you, having spent a number of years living in Lugman, should be more familiar with their way of doing things. At the point I almost thought I was back in Lugman. Huh. But here in Siracusa, few people realize how big the shockwaves from the Colombian approach might end up being. You know, Senora Texas. When I really drove into the nitty-gritty of this approach to better understand it, the only thing I felt was admiration. The weapons they deploy are profits and negotiations, not violence and bloodshed. So you also studied their methods? Studied? No. I'll do it better than them. And Karachi is my trump card. Recently, there's been a sudden outbreak of assassinations on government officials around the city. Though I haven't confirmed who's behind the attacks yet, let's ensure the safety of Minister Karachi. He's an interesting man, prefers to walk over taking the car. Even though I have people protecting him in secret, I do not feel at ease. Now, I've already given them a heads up. Go bring him over to the banquet venue. Target is crossing the street right ahead. Should be at least 7 mafiosi covering him in the shadows. Seems like there won't be any major issues. Would you look at that? Did I just say something good was about to happen? Texas, give him a midi filly. Oh boy.
I managed to help a little, didn't I?
You know, I haven't taken a look at the shop. Oh? Once we return to the rainy city, nothing has changed in 7 years. Perhaps fishing up the tasks she was given one by one will let her leave sooner.
One with Zion Solo. Oh. Oh, the anniversary events are great. Heck yeah. 2 hours for 2 stages. I didn't even think about that, yeah. And only one of them was a battle. There's something that I want to go back and check. Technically not this. Alright, well, nope, because I have this, it means it's going to be here, right? No, never mind, it's not. In that case, it is here. No. Is there no free operator? Ah, you ordered for the stages. Okay. You say him. Is Vigil? Or Virgil? The free operator? I must have missed that. Take a closer look at Texas. What about her? This? The folder? Vigil's folder? Okay. Oh, can improve Vigil's potential. Vigil will obtain the first time this item is obtained. I see. Okay. Maybe I'll find a restaurant I like before I get to work. Radio that suddenly appeared on the side of the road, currently broadcasting opera music. The person who received it was in such a hurry she did not realize she accidentally smashed one of the corners. This is the point of interest, I see. Hurry up, the fighting started. You over there, if you're not gonna run, at least get out of the way. This place hasn't changed one bit. Excuse me, I'm trying to read. I'm apparently not allowed to scroll while this is going. The event is much bigger than it seems. I'm recognizing that now. This may take a while. The bystanders disperse in a panic, but Texas remains seated at the table looking at the pizza that was just brought to her. That woman over there, don't forget to take care of her too. Didn't you say killing civilians is too messy? Doesn't count if they're asking to die. What the hell's going on? You're this strong. Yeah. Just get the job done first and worry about her later. It's slowly ruined now. Someone hiding under the bar? It's like the shopkeeper's kid. No loose ends. Want to go back for her? Wait, hold up on that for now. You can look up before. Pull up her hair and eyes. To figure out who that is. Oh, it's a different thing. Okay. Clear the stage with a 3-star rating while protecting at least one Siracusan civilian from being defeated. Alright. I'm interested. See what we got.
A fight! Wicked, bring it on! As a knight of the tower, I accept your challenge.
Solid positioning.
I'm so happy that they have accents.
As you bid. Forward, back, forward. Got ya!
Target marked. In time, I'll find the right place for myself to...
Any soldier's will is worthy of respect. Follow me!
What is it?
And then we'll place down Chen, and that should be fine. Probably don't even need Chen, to be honest, but it's fine. There we go. Should be safe. Take a listen to the Italian dubs. No, I have not. I can take a minute to go and take a listen to them, though.
Try harder than that. Even without a blade, I can run you through. Forward, back, forward. Got ya!
They're all so good. Alright, I'll take a look at them.
Your logical deduction was absolutely correct. What a perfect calculation.
There we go. Everyone has been saved. That gets me vigil, right? Uh-oh. I see. Alright then. Alright, give me 2 seconds and I will hop over to the operator screen. I thought it was a single thing. I didn't realize that. Okay.
Ehi, Doc! Non ti dispiace se porto dentro le mie armi, vero? Mi metto comoda qui. Hai qualcuno alle costole, eh? Rifletti su chi potresti aver infastidito in passato.
This is
Se
good.
qualcuno vuole vendicarsi, non esitare, fallo fuori. Quando decidi di usare un'arma, non ti serve un motivo per uccidere. È da un po' che non ci si vede. Noto che Texas si è fatta nuovi amici. Che bello! Non vedo l'ora di conoscerli.
That's all really good. I prefer the English just because then I can understand what they're saying. So I'll go with that. But that's really good. I love all of the regional stuff that they do. It's so good. Texas is as well? Oh, but we're gonna have to go all the way down for that one. He's had an English voice for a while, right? Or no? I don't remember.
My next mission is to protect you, Doctor. I don't say much. That's because I'd rather avoid thinking about most things.
She doesn't have as much of an accent.
Proteggerti è la mia prossima missione, Doc. Non parlo molto. È perché preferisco evitare di pensare. Far vivere o uccidere. Questo è il nostro lavoro.
I still like it though. It's still good. It's all good. All the voice acting in this game is really nice. Especially the regional stuff. Like I said, I really like it when they do the regional stuff because it always ends up amazing. Oh gosh dang it. I thought it would send me back to... Okay. Well... Reminder to future self, blur my ID. Let this play out real quick. Be a bit easier to read when it's not trying to Russian dubs for Ursasovs. Well, I got a kick out of the fact that apparently Zima used to go into battle listening to Russian hard bass with their module, and that Neural gave her a new player to go and listen to the music. Zima would be fun to listen to. Yeah, she would. Okay. I need to give my lunch money to the boss. I guess I'll look around somewhere else. What's this? An exquisite poster is plastered to the wall, and the words printed on it are extremely conspicuous. La Morte de Texas. Texas stands beneath the wall and looks up. The first time she returned to Siracusa, she feels like laughing. The first time the Familia's name has formally appeared on the title of a work of art. The people who awaited did not realize what was signified. The winds of change have begun to blow.
Oh, you're the lady who saved my child.
Ah, I'm delighted to see you again.
You're in a good mood?
Sure I am. That judge over there told me she just knows which familia is responsible for this mess. And even promised that she'd get them to compensate me for my losses.
Compensate you?
Sounds strange, doesn't it? Judges can't usually do anything to those big familia. But this judge is different. She'll pull through for us. And because of her connection with the Ballones, the other familia don't dare lay a finger on her. A judge like her reads the world to us. Texas feels a familiar exhaustion rise up inside her, and she knows exactly where it is coming from. For a moment, she was worried about the judge's safety and well-being, but this worry quickly proves to be unnecessary. Explore more areas. Alright then. Oh. Training.
You better run away soon.
Attacking in seconds. Time to pay your dues? What? Wait, they're local civilians from Volsini. Look apprehensive at all. Are they used to this? This place is dangerous. We can't just leave them alone. Make them to the best of your abilities. Okay, so what we did in the previous thing. I take it it's kind of the same as the Ursa civilians, where melee attacks aren't going to do anything, but only guys with range. But when they have range attacks, they'll kind of prioritize them. Whenever we defeat an enemy, the gaze of others seem to get more venomous. Apparently, the Familia keep a book on blood debts owned by their enemies. The longer you fight them, the more you owe. Is that what this bar is? Killing the people slowly reduces the Familia's hatred, but allowing a civilian to die will have severe consequences for your debt. Be careful. So protecting them allows it to slowly lower, but fighting these guys raises it. Okay. Ah, damn it. Enemy behavior has changed. Support is being called in. Hang in there. They're going to a frenzy when their account book is full. They even call in some interesting people to join in. That's the worst of it. Things will get easier after overcoming this hump. You can do it. Okay. Oh, hello.
Solid positioning.
Got it.
Oh, you're just immune to that. Okay.
Locked on.
Can you do it?
Mission accomplished.
Okay then. Oh wait, I was thinking she was like Kafka.
Perfect victory.
She doesn't put people to sleep. That's Kafka. Wrong, fast redeploy, heli drop, sort of thing. Here we go. Texas. Excuse me.
Salvador, Texas. What do I think of you? Should I trust you? You're Siracusan. You'll see that violence and ambition runs in your veins. That you and your familia won't devour this place. No. All of Colombia. Is the man I see before my eyes truly you? So refined, so upstanding? I've also seen the way you throw a punch. The blood dripping between your fingers until your opponent is not able to utter even a single curse. Which is the real you, Salvador? Will there come a day where you realize that your two sides are as oil and water? Will there come a day when the trail of blood in your wake catches up to you? When that day comes, what would you choose? When the day comes, would you remain by my side?
A brilliant performance, Senora. Signorina. Without a doubt, you surpassed my expectations yet again.
Actually, it's all thanks to someone in the troop called Mr. Ben. Never been able to adjust so quickly without his advice.
Ben? I'm not sure we have anybody by that name at Teatro di Milano.
He was really knowledgeable about the theater and gave some extremely helpful pointers, so I figured he was an important person here.
Sorry, no one comes to mind. That said, there are plenty of enthusiasts around the town who are very well versed in plays. Perhaps he was one of them. More importantly, I saw something on your resume that had me a bit curious. Would you mind clarifying something for me?
Sure, ask away.
You've been pursuing a pop idol career in London. We've been collaborating with that city more and more recently, but our acting industries have often been at odds with each other due to their different backgrounds. But even with that caveat in mind, the clips from your audition sent over by Monster Siren Records convinced me that you have some musical talent. What this tells me, though, is that you have your sights set on a lot more than just Lungmen. What drives you to work so hard?
Well, a lot of different reasons, I'd say. But at the start, I didn't have anything complicated in mind. You're just someone I hope to catch up to.
Oh.
It's just like in the script. Every time she gazed through the window, or out the door, or across the empty streets, her eyes made me feel like one day she would leave both us and Lungmen behind. And when that day comes, what would you choose? What's the hurry? Do you think it's a miracle for the two of us to run into each other in Siracusa again? I'm busy right now. What a coincidence, so am I. Let me guess, your job is to protect this man?
What are you...
Some people really need to learn to read the room. Don't you agree, Texas?
Go protect the target. I'll deal with her. Understood.
So, that's some really pretty. I'll take a piece. Well, that's more like it. So, Texas. Whoops. In other words, Siracusa, I suppose I should be calling you Selenia, right? I'd rather you didn't. Fine by me. Honestly, I find it easier that way too. But habit sure can be a scary thing, can it? Living a leisurely life in Lungmen, occasionally bumping into each other at Rhodes Island. Maybe even going on some missions together. Makes me feel like my swords are gonna go rusty. This ever familiar rain is what makes me feel alive.
So I have to wonder, because it is officially recognized that they're both working at Rhodes. So, clearly, They aren't exactly buddy-buddy out here. And they are not currently in Rhodes. So... if they fight each other... which I know they won't. I know they'll find a way to make, you know, common enemies and all that. Like I said, I don't think they're exactly buddy-buddy. Like, what would happen? What happened to the contract with Rhodes? But does Rhodes just simply acknowledge, like, hey, off the land ship, off of missions, we can't control you. Because I don't really know. So it's rust in the rain.
In Siracusa, the rain washes away the blood. Only people like you walk around town with your swords out, but no intention to use them. Need to worry about Russ. Why are you here? It's simple, really. Because you are. Hey, Tex. How long has it been since you were last in Siracusa? Probably about 10 years now. 7 years and 5 months. More than 7 years, the prodigal daughter of Familia, Texas, has not set foot in Siracusa. I still remember how your grandfather sent you back here to serve as a hostage. You stayed with Familia Saluso for a while. Those days didn't last long, but we sure did get along great, didn't we? If that's your idea of getting along. Even though you're Colombian, you managed to win the acknowledgement of all Siracusa's Familiae. Oh, it was truly a shame what happened at the end. You ask me, you ought to stay a while this time. Take a good look around. I'm going back as soon as I finish my work here. Oh? Going back, you say? Now that you mention it, there's something I've always been curious about Texas. You betrayed the Texases and decided to become a lone wolf. You even abandoned everything Texas has left behind in Colombia. So why do you still go by the name Texas in Longman?
That's none of your business.
Lappland. I don't plan on staying in Siracusa. I'll go back to Longman. There are people waiting for me there. Okay then, I'll help you. I don't need your help. Really, you don't think this is a fight you can take all on your own? Didn't you find some buddies over in Longman? Did your time at Rhodes Islands teach you that it's okay to rely on others?
I'm knocking things over.
Siracusa is no place for tourists. Rhodes Island ever plans to set up a branch office here. That would urge them to reconsider. Most of all, I can't trust you specifically. Ah, yes, trust. Texas, you know my family name, right? Saluso. That's right. We Salusos don't play so best lightly. You don't need to trust me. You do need our backing, isn't that right? Do you really intend to let the balloons drag you around by the leash?
With a deafening boom, the sound of an explosion suddenly tore through the air from not too far away. The flash and flame effortlessly engulfed the government official by the name of Karachi.
A car bomb? Oh, now that's a classic.
Signor Ministro! The banquet venue is under attack. All nearby Familia and associates hurry back us up.
Damn it. Simultaneous attacks on two fronts. That's interesting. Who would have the guts to pull that off, Texas? Show yourself. I knew it.
Oh, she's so cool. She's so cool.
What should I do now if I want to go back to Lungman?
Oh, never mind. Narrator. Ever since Texas took her first step back in the city, that question has always been on her mind. Going by her agreement with Zara, the easiest way would be to obey Familia Bellone's every command. But right now, Texas can already vaguely feel that the events unfolding in the city are not so simple.
Talk. Who sent you?
You don't need to know. But she's not worried. She understands Siracusa well and knows that there are no end to these things. She simply feels a twinge of emptiness, one that even she never expected to feel, because no one will come to her aid in this fight. And after it's over, no one will ask if she's hurt or drag her off to some party. For her, this emptiness has long since been second nature. So much so that even after leaving Lungman for such a brief period of time, everything about that city already seems so distant and nostalgic.
Out of my way. Don't stop me from going back home.
Oh, she's so cool!
But Texas, the more you want to go back, the more you have to cut your ties. I'll just make you sink deeper and deeper. What I want to know is when you finally realize that you're completely covered in mud. What will you do then?
Good to see you again, Your Honor.
Oh, Dan Brown, you're here. Looks like I'm in luck.
You washed your gardens last week, didn't you?
Nothing I can do about it. After all, it's my job to be hated.
Don't worry, I'll get it nice and clean again for you. Why don't you take a look around while you wait?
That's alright. I'll just wait here.
Your Honor, I heard that judges have it pretty good. They drive fancy cars, show up on TV, and even the mayor has to be extra polite around them. After all, they represent your Cecilia's will. I reckon I don't see any other judges like you, Signorina Lavinia. You get paint started on the car every other day.
You're probably right. I don't know about the fancy cars or TV appearances. But I sure could use a membership card to your store right about now.
Sorry, our humble little shop doesn't offer VIP services.
You look like you're in a better mood than before, though. That one familiar stopped giving you trouble?
All thanks to you, Your Honor. I ran into them out on the street yesterday, and they all steered clear of me. Never thought there could be a judge as fair as you in Siracusa.
Fair, huh? I'm just scared of the people behind me, that's all.
You say that, but even if you're backed by Familia Bellone, you still dole out punishment to a Familia well connected with the Bellones. In Siracusa, Signora Cecilia is justice itself. I don't know how many of the judges representing the interests of her old Familia actually bother upholding any real justice. Deep down in my heart, I know you're the embodiment of justice.
That isn't actually a compliment. Oh, right, I almost forgot. You said earlier that you're having trouble sleeping. Did you go see a doctor?
I did. The doctor said I didn't have anything wrong with me physically. Just some mental stress.
Oh, is something troubling you?
Troubling me? I wouldn't go that far. Honestly, this job is basically just a way for me to kill time. Not exactly rich. I'm not desperate for cash either. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, Your Honor. I just don't know. I usually like to pass the time.
It's me. What? Karachi was... I understand. I'll be right there. Sorry, Dan Brown. Let's chat some other time. As for your question just now. I recommend giving the theater a shot. I often head down to watch an opera if I have time to spare.
Dan Brown exits the store. He watches as the judge he deeply respects drive off in the rain, quickly disappearing from sight. Had a mini heart attack as the lock on my chair leaning back casually just let go. Don't know why it suddenly did that. This chair can recline. It can go back. It can lean back. It's a nice office chair. It can lean back. But there's a lock on it. So if you don't want to lean back and you just want to have it solid straight up, you can. But it just let go. I don't know if the click or the chair or whatever sounds came through the mic, but it just... Or if my, like, whoop, came through the mic at all either, but oof. It's like in elementary school where the teacher would tell you not to lean back on your chair and you learn very quickly because you lean back and then suddenly, oh gosh, turned too far, and then down you go. He's always so busy, he thinks to himself, drawing his rain-beaded gloves on his overalls. Nothing she does will end up mattering, will it? Or the fact that she still holds on to hope is precisely the reason why she'll be disappointed again and again. Things were this complicated in the good old days. Looks at the rain falling outside the store and suddenly remembers an afternoon many years ago. If it rains a little longer, so I don't have to sweep out the garage in the morning.
Get down. Hey.
Damn. Thought you were a pampered little princeling, but turns out you're pretty tough to deal with.
No slouches. Step back, Rubio. I'm clearly the one they're after. I know. Hey. There's more of them over there, too. Out of my way. Slippery bastard.
What? Isn't that a Penguin Logistics?
Get down. Okay.
You dead, Gambino? I'm not gonna kick the bucket so easily. Never expected a real master to show up here.
Cut the crap. The mission's botched. Let's split while we still can. I think I remember those two. Is everyone gone now? You alright? I think so. You're wounded. Don't move. It's easy to bleed out. I've already called for backup. They'll be here soon. I'll be fine. But how? How many people would have known about today's banquet? Are you suggesting... You're right. Such a large-scale coordinated attack that's been planned for a while. My identity is public knowledge at this point, and it's not exactly hard to track me down. In any case, I'm glad you arrived in time. Karachi is dead.
What did you say?
What? You gotta be shitting me. Karachi is dead. Car bomb detonated right as he was walking by. Karachi and 3 bodyguards near him died instantly. Based on the wreckage at the scene, there was no point even taking him to the hospital. I'm sorry. People who attacked us were without a doubt the same people who murdered Minister Karachi. What could their objective be? Why are you here? So many court cars here as well. You should have told me sooner that Balloon invited her here. Selenia, Texas. As the first witness to the scene of Minister Karachi's murder, you are also a suspect. Now I'm here to detain you. Any resistance will be treated as flouting the laws of Siracusa and will be punished accordingly.
Texas does not resist. She understands what she sees in the judge's eyes.
Moreover, to all officials and associates of the Familia, Minister Karachi's importance to Vulcini is self-evident. The attacks carried out on each of you will be investigated as part of the same investigation. I, Lavinia Falcone, swear upon my honor to find the identity of the murderer. It shall not go unpunished. You're not serious, are you? Of course I am.
Alright. The string of events that just occurred makes Leon Tuzo feel a bit fatigued. And right as this thought crosses his mind, his entire world starts to spin.
Leon?
The rain continues to fall with no signs of relenting. Alright, let's see what we got.
These punks are nothing compared to the foes Victoria's surmounted.
Increases blood debt by a minuscule amount when defeated. Let's see how minuscule.
I'm aware of what I'm doing. What is it?
Yeah, very small. Just enough to be kept at bay by guarding all these guys.
As you bid.
I suppose it's... no, I don't. Place you over there.
What it is I want. I'm listening.
Suppose first employment stuff can also go and work with us. Get rid of you. Alright, and where's the next wave?
You'll have to try harder than that.
I'll do my best. Can I really do it?
Right, there we go. Probably should have done this earlier.
Mission accomplished.
There we go. Nice and easy. Where am I? Oh, you're finally awake. This is home. Dimitri, why are you here? Lavinia brought you back. According to the doctor, you passed out due to a combination of your injuries and fatigue. Want an apple? Sure. I knew you'd be hungry, so I already peeled it for you. Where's Lavinia? She left after delivering you to the guards. You know by now that she's always been reluctant to set foot inside this mansion. Her coming here for your sake is already a miracle in itself. Karati's death is actually a bit of an issue. The news of your injury is sure to get out. In the eyes of the other familia, the Bologna have, in a heartbeat, gone from the clear front runner to a total mess, both inside and out.
Someone could show up at any moment to try and take a bite out of us. Did we keep any of the assailants alive long enough to get them to talk? Unfortunately, no. I couldn't find any leads on their bodies either. I expected as much. Any ideas who could be behind this? The Saluzos always kept their cards close to their chests, biding their time. For them, this is a prime opportunity. As for the Rosatis, they're probably victims too, since Wallach was with me when they attacked. Still, Columbia's Midiae have never been a monolith. True, there's always the possibility of infighting among them. Besides, there are even more possibilities. They found themselves a nice opening. Mind pouring me some water? You bastard, barking out even more orders than usual when you're lying in bed. Did you really just pour me a cup of boiling water? Is it my fault your order wasn't specific enough? Alright, fine. I know this is how you express your dissatisfaction with me. What is it this time? About the arrangement with Texas. I can't agree to it. Lavinia is a righteous person who would never frame an innocent. She has her own ideas. That's not what I meant. She was supposed to be your sword. When the boss handed her over to you, that came with the assurance that she would not endanger the Familia. She forged her into a Rage-Start blade. But now she's behind bars under Lavinia's watch. You seriously can't tell that she's looking out for our Familia's interests? I admit, holding on to Texas after today would only make things more precarious for you. And her surname has appeared once more in Siracusa draws far too much attention. In that sense, you have a point. From Lavinia's perspective, it's safe to have Texas on hand. How is the rest of our familia supposed to see this? I start to think that Leon Tuzo, the next door in the familia below, has gotten addicted to playing house on top of the tablecloths. You've gone soft. Not only do you not know how to swing a knife, you'll get it taken away from you. Malone have already lost the advantage. No matter who comes looking for trouble, we need to fight back tooth and nail. Now, the development of Rossini's new district is more than a humdrum business of Il Ministero dei Lavori Pubblici. It should be under Bellone control. So that's what you really wanted to say to me. I also have my own plans, Dimitri. Let's hear them then. Alright, Patello. You are my trusted advisor. I'm assuming that's brother. When I got attacked, I already had the feeling things were adding up. After hearing about Karachi's death, that became even more clear. You just asked me who I suspected could be behind this. I don't actually think it's Saluzzo or Rosati. Why is that? The hitman knew me all too well. I knew exactly how to hit our familia with speed and precision while targeting me at the same time. So what you're saying is, I'm gonna lock myself indoors for the next few days. I need to recover from my wounds. If people think we're fumbling in disarray, let them think that. Until the true enemy shows their tail. So you let Lavinia take Texas on purpose. That's right. That's where she wants to play her hand. That's for her to decide. In the meantime, there will be no doubt a slew of attacks on our familia. No doubt be a slew of attacks on our familia. Pay close attention to whoever's scheming behind the scenes. Understood. So is that a good enough answer for you? Of course. If you have a clear plan in mind, naturally I'll help you put it into action. You are, after all, the boss here. That's what I want to hear. Now let me down, Dimitri. Hello, Wallach. It's me. Leon, I heard you were injured. How are you doing? I'm fine. We need to talk about what happened earlier today. I'd imagine you probably have something to ask me too. About that name? Texas. Otsini prison. So you were held up at the time. Who was holding you up? Old acquaintance. Probably convenient for them to show up just then, don't you think? You're pretty used to being in this kind of situation, aren't you? Back in Longman, I'd sometimes let myself get interrogated like this. Longman, huh? Anyway, I'd have no reason to do anything like that. That's what they all say. To be honest, though, I don't think it could have been the perpetrator, Selenia. I can't imagine it would have done you any good. Also, Leon contacted me beforehand and gave a few reasons why I should trust you. So that's why you showed up at a venue where so many important figures were present. It was originally prepared as a stage for you by Familia Belone. However, given the current circumstances, our best option is for me to keep you here. You're protecting Siracusa. I'm protecting you as well, Texas. Also, this may divert the attention of the other Familiae. They'll be speculating what Belone's next move will be after getting hit like this. And those suspicions might loosen some of the fetters around my ankles. Are you really a judge? Why would you ask that? You seem to know a lot about how the Familiae operate. I am, in fact, a judge. But to be good at this job in Siracusa, you need to know how the mafiosi keep themselves alive, even better than they do. Even if I'd rather not know. You misunderstood me. It's not at all surprising that a law enforcement official will know a thing or two about the people you're enforcing it on. What I meant was that judges like you didn't exist back in the old Siracusa. Don't get the wrong idea, Selenia, Texas. I didn't bring you here because of the so-called checks and balances among the Familiae. Outsiders may interpret my stance as such, but I couldn't care less. You just arrived in the city, and you still don't understand how important Minister Karachi really was. He was an outstanding person. He could have made the new city under construction something far better. He wasn't just another project to expand his business, either. He wanted to make it possible for the citizens to enjoy a new way of life. But he's dead now. And I will find his murderer and bring them to justice. I think they can dispose of the people who refuse to bend the knee one after another as if they were puppets. I will make them realize that they are not tossing away a broken doll. They are murdering living flesh and blood people.
So, Raji's death had nothing to do with you.
Right.
And you didn't find out who the murderer was.
Pretty much.
And the task I gave you, to investigate exactly why Belone decided to bring back Texas. No leads there either.
You never miss a beat, my dear father.
Despite having accomplished nothing at all, you didn't even bother showing up when I called to convene a meeting.
Traffic's pretty bad this time of year.
Lappland, when I kicked you out of the house 7 years ago, you lost your right to call yourself a Saluzo. Do you understand what that means?
Of course I do. It means you won't show any mercy when you decide to dispose of a disobedient tool like me.
You've always been so self-aware, you never had the slightest inclination to act accordingly.
You really need me to personally deliver a little warning to the poor little judgy?
Why would I feel the need to warn her?
Now that the princeling pup is hiding behind closed doors, everyone's going to think that sharp-tongued little judgy's a Belone puppet. And with your personality, I would decline to believe that a Belones are as weak as they are, as they present. I can speak English. So won't it be common sense to use the judge's well-being to test the waters?
Seeing how you understand what to do, I want to see results.
Why, naturally. I never disobey your orders. Assuming our interests align, that is. My dearest father.
Something tells me this dearest father may end up dead in this story.
Salvador, what are we to do now? I want to thank you for freeing me from the clutches of my own blood relative. I want to thank you for spilling blood so that the infected workers may have full stomachs. The man you killed was my father. No, I do not need a list of his crimes. I should think I know them better than you. The scars on our bodies are proof of his cruelty. The deaths of those laborers were proof of his exploitation. But still, despite it all, Salvador, I truly thank you from the bottom of my heart for saving me and so many others. The stench of blood lingering about you grows stronger and stronger. Let us be away from this place, Salvador. Just the two of us. Take me somewhere we will at least be able to find peace, alright? Might already be too late. Salvador, it might have already been too late the day you first set foot in Colombia. And when you first sharpened your blade. You said this was all destined? That it couldn't have been avoided? I can't help but think if I were in Vivinia's place, would I be able to forgive Salvador? Even if what he did could be forgiven, the grudge would follow the both of them for the rest of their lives. Exactly right, Signorina. But the two of them were able to get together in the end is, of course, artistic license. In fact, the real Salvador did not elope with Vivienne. Also, despite the fact that Vivienne, his father, was indeed as callous as he was wealthy, he took good care of his family, particularly Vivienne, whom he doted on like a diamond in the palm of his hand. Oh. Very rarely is someone pure evil, don't you think? Therefore, even if the perpetrator was someone you loved dearly, even if you were aware of your father's despicable acts, excuse me. So, like, what he did is not so easily forgiven. Signora Vivine ultimately chose to leave him and move to a new city, where she met someone who truly loved her and thus began a new life. But until her last breath, she never forgot the man named Salvador. So in a sense, the story can be seen as vicariously helping her dream come true. Did you know Miss Vivina well? I suppose you can say that. My name is Katerina. Quite the lovely young actress. Are you new here? I swing by frequently, but I've never seen your face before. I am. My name is Sora, and I came from Lungmen. Lungmen? How fascinating. I've heard many actors who went to Lungmen to develop their careers, but rarely the other way around. Sometimes there's value in bucking the trend. Too true. So, Miss Katrina, you know what happened to the actual Miss Lavina? Lavina, huh? You never forgot Salvador. Maybe that's why her son chose a similar path. He became a wise guy and gradually rose to the dawn of a certain familia. Familia that would eventually go on to clash against Salvador himself. Fortunately, Vivina never came forward and prevented the two rivals from becoming mortal enemies. And eventually, they even became allies. Wait, are you talking about the Rosati family from the script? That's right. You already read through the entire thing. Yes, I also wanted to learn as much as I could about the Texas family's history. For some personal reasons. So, what did you think of the story? There are a few bits I can't make sense of. Oh, for example? For example, Salvador's granddaughter. Sora, the stylist wants you to take a look at the design for your costume. Okay, I'll be right there. Sorry, but I have to go. I don't mind. We'll have another chance to talk. Sora! Take your time. We can always chat at our leisure some other day. Okay, that's great. Salvador's granddaughter.
You're wasting time at the theater again, boss. How many times do I have to tell you, Wallach? It's not a waste of time. You're pushing most of your work onto me just so you can go write a shitty play? This is what the boss of Familia should be doing? You even gave yourself a pseudonym?
Do you have a problem with that?
Of course not. You're none other than Giovanna Rosati.
Our beloved Donna.
Giovanna is a very important name as well, huh? I recognize that one.
I know you're dissatisfied with me. But is there really anything in the city worth worrying over?
Before. But now? Yes. Karachi is dead.
Oh? Karachi was originally just an ordinary man, elevated by the familia to keep each other in check. All his death proves is that Balone was not capable enough, nothing more.
Someone greatly resembling Selenia appeared at Nantuto's side.
Say that again?
Texas. Selenia, Texas.
Well, look, I don't recall you being the sort of man who liked to crack jokes. And you should also know that I hate people who joke about Texas more than anything else.
So you can tell I'm not joking. I have no idea how Balone managed to find her, but she had those unmistakable eyes and hair. Exactly like the one in your foot.
But she didn't die.
And she's with Leon Tutsa now.
She would never have survived liquidation if not for a certain familia protecting her. Logical conclusion is that Balone saved her back then. We're going to have a little chat.
Giovanna, this clearly is a trap.
Wallach?
My apologies, boss.
Not so much a trap as it is an entire conspiracy. Think bigger. They really were the ones who saved her back then. What good does it do me to drop by and express my gratitude? Make preparations. Business discussions are over. I'm thankful seeing you visit.
Understood. I'll make the arrangements.
Well, seems like the new script will have to go on the back burner for a while.
Boss, I'm sure you're aware that Karachi's death presents an excellent opportunity for us. You still seem hung up on the Texas name. If this keeps up, Zadis won't have a future. Oh boy.
I managed to help a little, didn't I?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Unfortunately, I believe that is where we will wrap it up for the day.
Oh boy, okay. Yes, that is where we will wrap it up for the day, so excuse me for one moment. I am going to hop over into headhunting. Such a thick story, indeed, indeed, indeed. I am very much into this. I like this. This is very nice. I like this. And also, one more. Hey. See what we got.
My code name is Beagle. I know I didn't do very well on my assessment, but I'll still do my best.
Come on, let me through.
This is Intern Hibiscus. From now on, I'll be in charge of managing yours and every operator's health at Rip.
What's wrong? Your face is beet red. That's just how
My code name is Beagle. I know I didn't do very well on my assessment, but I'll still do my best at my internship.
Alright, and then the next one, I believe, is the 6-star?
他社のチャンネルへようこそ。ドクターの部屋では撮影禁止。わかったよ。
Moment of truth. Wait, nope, never mind, I miscounted.
That's a Captain of Reserve Up Team A1. My team and I will do our best to serve Rhodes Island.
There we go.
私はすると、あんたが噂のドク
Are you freaking kidding me?
これからはロドスで働かせてもらうことになってるから、退屈させないで。
Be gone, demon, I already have a copy of you. That actually really hurts. Especially since I can't even turn that into certs. Though that being said, I did still get enough because of her. Don't mind me. I have 20 more poems. That hurt your soul a bit? How do you think it hurt mine? I spent 180 certs for an operator that I'm not going to use, and I just pulled another one of her instead of getting the banner. I missed the 50-50. Alright, I got two more 20s. Let's do it. Well, it's gonna be a blue bag. Oh? Well, really, I did not expect to get Hibiscus Altar here. Alright then. Ah, I'm just SOL, huh? At the very least, you seem interesting. But you're not who I want. Ah, well, there goes 82. 82 pulls. I apparently have a new friend request. Don't know how to feel about Lunicum. I mean, permanent camouflage is not bad. As long as you keep feeding her kills with S2, it's permanent camouflage. That's got to be worth something at least, right? I have no idea who this person is. Welcome to the party, I guess. Well then. She doesn't have any scalers with her skills. That is true. That is very true. One and two, that hurts to see. And I even did the windfall contract to get 600. That sucks, man. It's been so much. That literally emptied everything I had. I really wish I didn't go and pull for stainless. I'd have so much more. Well, it is what it is. I got the free pull. I still got free pulls coming, so that's good. Obviously, I'll be gaining more OP throughout the event. Does Mizuki have anything for us? Does Mizuki? As you can tell, I've already been playing. No, it's not looking like too much in terms of giving us pulls. Darn. Gotcha gods were indeed not on my side today. It is what it is. Oh well. That's fine. I think for now I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. So I'm going to go ahead and hop on over. Oh gosh, what in the world? No. I mispressed the button. There we go. I was like, hold on, something did not turn off here. Something just changed when it shouldn't have. Man. It's saving your prime since you started. I mean, fair enough, man. Fair enough. Well, not save per se, but I'm assuming it's not like you don't go and spend it willy-nilly. Restrain your use of it, yeah. I won't spend prime on banners that I'm not super invested in. I only spent a rundum on stainless, but it does hurt that I dropped about, I think it was 15,000 a rundum on stainless, and I still got nothing. If I got him, I would have felt justified in it, but because I didn't, it kind of hurts, because now I can't use that for this, which I'm more excited about. But it is what it is. It's like your last resort if you feel desperate, yeah. The fact that I have now made it to 80 and I got a single 6-star and it wasn't even a banner 6-star. Not even like, oh, it wasn't Texas. Like I want Texas out of it too. I want Texas. But man, it hurts to get Surtur instead. That hurts. It is what it is, though. Hopefully I'll get lucky with the free ones or something that I gained from... Whatchamacallit? From, Ice-Cream Demon Spook was unfortunate, yeah. The pulls that I get from just playing the event. I should get 3 free pulls plus the OP, and then, of course, all the daily free pulls, so I should be able to hopefully get one of the 2 of them. Hopefully. What's funny is that I bought Surtur because I was like, I may go and use her. She's, you know, pretty darn powerful. She's still E0 level 1. I haven't touched her. I purchased her, and then I marked her off as, you know, marked her as red, and then never touched her. As powerful as everyone says she is, I find no use for her. I don't know, same with Silver Ash. Maybe 2 Thorns and Lumen. I've been interested in going and getting Lumen built up. It's not because I like him as a character. I built up Silver Ash for like 1 level, and I think 99% of my hard difficulty clears I try using him, but then my final strategy usually doesn't really need him. That's how it is with most of my meta operators. I had Mudrock maxed out as well. Well, not maxed out. I think I'm still missing 1 or 2 masteries, but still, she's pretty darn close, but I rarely use her. Working on Blummy at the moment, fair enough. I have Exu, but I just like Exu. I think she's... I don't know, I just think she's neat. Look, Steamo definitely isn't meta. Saga, I guess Saga's kind of meta. Some people think Saga is meta. Question for you, any choice to make? Go ahead. These S2 or S3? Give me a moment to look up what those do, because I actually don't know them. Let's see. S2. Attack up, enemies asleep, heal HP every second to nearby allies. Attack and defense up, deals additional arts damage, restores HP of a nearby ally besides herself. Ah. Okay, so I see the difference. Like both been finding it hard to make the choice. I think most of the time I see people using Blummy as more of a defensive operator. So, I mean, obviously you use her as both. I can see that. But I'd say there are more calls and more unique places for you to use Sleep than a bit of extra arts damage on a defender. Because they both heal allies. So I don't think the healing thing is very different for the 2 of them. So I'd say make use of Sleep. That's probably what I'd say. It's not many operators that can do that. As to it is then. Alright. Take what I say with a grain of salt though. I am not liable for any drained resources. Because I don't use Blummy. I don't. Don't have a heart attack with how much the materials cost. Yeah. Yeah. What's my next stream? Sorry, I kind of ignored that question. Next stream... I don't know. Probably Octopath. What I'm thinking. I'm thinking I've skipped Octopath twice now, so I should probably play Octopath. So, we'll probably do Octopath next. That'll be the next one. Ooh. No, probably shouldn't do that. No, that'll be awkward. I don't know. Is it weird for a teeny tiny streamer to go and raid a big streamer? I don't know. It probably is. I'll just leave them alone. I'll let them do their thing. I don't want to make it seem like I'm leeching off of someone. See you on the flip side? Yeah, see you on the flip side. Thanks for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it. It's a long event. I'm glad to have people to enjoy it with. It do be chunky. It do be kind of chunky. But you know what? It's not a bad thing. Arknights writing is good. Really good. Like, I'm already pretty invested in this, and it's only been a couple of story bits. Very, very interested to see how this goes. I haven't even touched ISR yet. I've done a couple of runs, none of them successful. Are you okay with something very, very minor? A very, very, very minor spoiler? Go ahead. Okay. So, the altar is back. And it has Operation Originium Dust enemies in it. Fortunately, I don't think it's a battle that you can get at the very start. But I saw it and I died a little inside. Hate the medic drones. I have not seen the medic drones. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to rack my brain. I mean, both drones. Wait, I think I'm thinking of the wrong event. Hold on. Whatever the Rainbow Six one was, not the drones. Whatever the Rainbow Six collab was. That was an Originium dust. That was the other dust. That was a walk in the dust. No, that wasn't. No, because that one wasn't. Gosh dang it! What was the Rainbow Six collab called? Hold on. Oh no, it is Operation Originium Dust. Okay, I'm not crazy. It's fine. It's getting to be a lot of names. With some of them being very similar. You have a walk in the dust, Originium Dust. I actually don't remember which event the enemies with the drones came in. Or was that a walk in the dust? Too many names. Too many names. Too many names. That was a walk in the dust. Okay. Too many names, and they got two of them with dust in it, which is confusing. Alrighty then. I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you everyone for coming out and watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed what you saw today, feel free to follow. It's a nice and easy way to say, hey, I like what you're doing, keep up the good work. It's also a nice and easy way to get notifications. Catch you next time? Yeah, catch you next time. Thanks for coming and hanging out. I send out notifications to both Twitch and Twitter. Start of every stream, right as I go live, so you won't have to worry about missing a thing. And if you're interested in checking out some of my past content, feel free to check out my YouTube channel. It's where I upload all of my VODs, and the occasional YouTube shorts and long form video. I've made it a goal this year to upload at least one non-VOD video per month. This means at least once per month there will be a YouTube short or long form video uploaded, highlighting something either from stream or off stream. So if you're interested in checking out what I create, holding me to my word, or checking out my past content like I said earlier, please feel free to check that out. Regardless of how you choose to show your support, it all means a lot to me, and I greatly appreciate it, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is to be wherever you are. And hope to see you all again later. Thanks for coming and hanging out.